Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark. It is the 27th of November, 2022. And today we have to ask ourselves, is Bob Chapek just a slim pickings of Hollywood? At this point, we're getting reports that he maybe cooked the books over there at the House of Mouse. And of course, Strange World bombs and a whole bunch more here tonight. Hollywood After Dark. Folks, you know what time it is. Get those likes ready. Get ready to throw some super chats down. Fucking let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. Like, it's Sunday night. We're talking movies. We're talking Hollywood. It's Hollywood After Dark. My God, tonight's been a crazy weekend. You know what? Holidays. Lots of stuff came out to watch. I actually, I'm a little bit behind tonight because I was recording some reviews. Actually, I was finally getting back to patio commentary. Recorded my reviews for Wednesday, the full season. Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, which I actually give a glowing review. That'll be up in a couple days. And then, of course, if you guys want to go see it right now, you guys can see my response, my emotional response to James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Those are real tears. Those aren't Photoshop, folks. That's not a PNG. That's a real tear. I'm really sobbing. I'm Kevin Smith in the theater, folks. Check it out. Patio commentary. Link is pinned in the chat right now. Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Help your boy get to 1,000 subs. Blow this shit up. I can make some more money on this goddamn platform talking about movies, right? But to join me tonight and talking about things, talking about all things Hollywood and maybe a little bit of the drama in between. My friend, your friend, you know him, you love him, RJ and Jimbo. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's crack-a-lacking? It's Sunday. I know, it's like fucking Sunday, right?
It's Sunday. It's a Sunday after a long Thanksgiving weekend.
Are you going to announce your new project, Matt?
Do I have another project? I have a lot of projects.
Well, yeah, but you're not going to tell them about the 3
one?
a.m. challenges that you've been doing?
Oh, no, because do I look like J Station? No, fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
No.
You're going to do a Ouija to channel, you're going to fucking try to,
don't
contact Bob
me,
Newhart
Matt.
at 3 a.m.
We all know
the 3 a.m. Bob Newhart
3
challenge.
Among Us challenge where you drink this green fluid and turn into the green imposter.
I've never played Among Us. I've never played
this is what I'm talking about. He just lies and gaslights us.
It's like the perfect kids game.
Yes.
Daughters would love Among Us.
No.
My daughter is like almost 5.
It's on the iPad. It's an iPad game too.
Yeah, I know. It's on the Android. It's not. You can get it on a smartphone device. I might have it on. I might have downloaded it to my phone and forgot about it. But I just haven't played it. I just haven't played it at all.
But yeah, anyways, expect that on the Hollywood After Dark channel.
No, there is a Hollywood After Dark channel, actually. It was originally $3 reviews. It's so funny. Patio commentary kind of became the new review channel. And I had built up the Hollywood After Dark channel to be $3 reviews to review shit on there. And the biggest one that blew up on there, if I recall, was back in it was like the winter of 2018. Netflix had put out Black Mirror's Bandersnatch. Did you guys ever check that out?
Oh, that was cool. It's that interactive Black Mirror movie, and right. I want more Black Mirror. Where has that show gone?
Well, they dropped 3 movies last year. They did 3 episodes of a new I think it was season 6 or whatever, and it was 3 movies. They were movie-length episodes.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I didn't watch them because no one was really talking about them.
Because
they're too
Miley
long.
Cyrus one.
I don't know, but I mean, they were
I've seen all of them, so if that's the case, then yeah, I don't know. I like the original, the first couple iterations of it. They're very good. They're very emotional stories, but yet wild. I know that Bill Weasley's in one of them. That one's wild as well.
I for me, the one that got me the most was the one with Bryce Dallas Howard. And everyone rates each other because at the time I was doing Uber, I wasn't doing Uber Eats delivery. I was doing Uber people delivery. I was driving people around, and people would just give you 1 star for no reason. And you have no idea why.
What?
It happens with Uber Eats as well, where you'll get dinged. They'll give you a thumb with Uber Eats. They give you a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So it's not a star rating. But it's like,
That's a dick
you get a
move.
thumbs down and you're like, why did I get a thumbs down? Like, why? Like, leave me feedback because I don't know what happened. If the restaurant screws up and gives you the wrong food, that's not on me. Those bags are sealed. And I've dealt with that before, I've had people call me furious about things in the bag and I'm like, was the bag sealed? Yeah, I didn't open it. Like I confirm with them that this is what you ordered. Take it up with management. I'm just the middleman. But then I get dinged for that. Like tonight was bad. Like I went out tonight, it was bad. Like, but Sundays are usually pretty good if there's football. If the Seahawks are playing, I can do okay. If the weather is shit, I can do pretty good. But yeah, it was things coming off of Thanksgiving, everyone's got leftovers. I get that. I totally understand that. So we'll see where things go for the rest of the month. Hopefully they'll pick up and shit. Because I got to go take my kid. We're taking my 5-year-old because she turns 5 now in less than a week, which is so weird to think about. We're taking her down to the zoo for the zoo lights, which is like they're big. They wrap the whole zoo in Christmas lights and stuff. And I've done it before. It's fun. She's never gone. So it's like, all right, yeah, we'll just take her, and like it's cheaper for the kids. My mom's going to come on up and my sister's going to come on up and, he's got to figure out like the day to go. But I mean, that's like the coolest part about being a parent, right? Is like taking your kids to that stuff and enjoying that stuff with your kids. So, and it's funny, I can segue back into the movie talk because Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank, which like I said, my review will come up here in a couple days. That movie is like the perfect introductory film if you want to expose your children to Mel Brooks level humor without it having all of the adult side of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It really does. Like, I mean, dude, like I said before, like did you guys see it? Have you guys seen Paws of Fury yet?
I saw the trailer for it, and it was originally going to be called Blazing
Samurais.
Blazing Samurai.
Yeah.
But it had like a very troubled production history. But
it really did. But like I'm watching this movie, and like literally, I'm like, wait a minute, this is
does it still feel like Blazing Saddles,
dude? There was parts in that movie that are whole cloth ripped from Blazing Saddles.
Okay, so
like,
they didn't cut that out.
No, like even like the part where it's like the dog is coming to town to be the samurai and like the town's waiting, thinking they're going to get a new sheriff. Right. And like the person on top is looking and they see that it's not a cat, it's a dog. Right. As compared to the original where it's not a white guy, it's a black guy. And so it's all like, instead of saying like, oh, the sheriff is and they cut it off. They keep, doing the dongs and whatever noises. The kid keeps going, the sheriff is Christ keeps saying the sheriff is a dog. And I'm watching the scene play out and I'm looking at my girlfriend, I'm like, oh my God, like that dog, like they're going to keep, this is exactly how the scene's going to play out. I didn't know at the time, like it had Blazing Saddles vibes, but like, I didn't know like how much it was going to be like Blazing Saddles. And we get to this scene and I'm just like, holy shit. And they substitute dog, the N-word for dog, like literally.
Really?
Like literally, yes. In Blazing Saddles, you've got the guy from Magnum PI, and they see Sheriff Bart, and he goes, "The sheriff is and he says the N-word, right?" And so that's in Blazing Saddles and everything else. And then you get to this movie, you go, "The sheriff is a dog," and they like it's the exact same line, exact same delivery.
So that's kind of weird, bro.
It's so funny though. It's so funny. Like they fucking like
Blazing Saddles is a fun ass movie.
Such a good fucking movie, dude.
By
It's one of my all-time favorites.
Shout out to Jason Ward in the chat. Good guy there making Star Wars.
Hey, Jason, what's up, buddy? Do you want to come on? Let me know. I'll send you a link, dude. Good to see you, buddy.
They did great coverage of Andor while I was running, man. They did some excellent streams about Andor, so I recommend everyone go check those out. So
yeah, man.
Someone give me the summary of who this person is.
Jason Ward runs Making Star Wars .net. One of the he's a prolific Star Wars scooper. He's one of the ones I respect. I've known Jason for a while. He's a good dude. He's been on here a couple times before.
Is he accurate, or is he like other scoopers?
Generally speaking, no. He's not. He ain't Doomcock. He ain't Doomcock.
No, Jason Ward's an actual I don't know if he would describe himself as a journalist. I don't want to speak for him, but he actually does actual.
I mean, I would give him a little bit. I'd give him a little bit of I'd give him some credit on that front there. I think he does some due diligence and everything else.
He said if the Mando trailer comes before that, it's because of the news the boys are covering tonight.
Yes, yeah, they said that. Yeah, Jason reported a while ago the next Mando trailer is coming out on Christmas Day.
Oh, okay,
that'd be awesome.
Cool. To be fair, I have not followed much of the development of that right now. I think I've just kind of been like laying low on on the reports coming out of anything. Mostly because it's just been a lot of BS on the DC side of things. So
yeah. That's kind of the problem with things.
That's why I was like, huh? Like when you said scooper, I'm like, wait a minute, is it like a DC
well, that's
scooper,
what I'm saying.
This
is what we talked about earlier, and it's a good segue where it's just like there are certain people who give scoopers a bad name, but overall there actually are genuinely good reporters and quote unquote scoopers out there. It's just that some of them give other people a really bad name.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I do. That's why I'm like, whenever it says scoopers, I'm kind of like more apprehensive now in terms of that because of obviously the DC scoops and stuff like that. It's just like that's why I'm like, you're a scooper, but I'll take your word for it.
I think that's kind of where I'm at too. But I mean, look, at this point, like I need to record my thoughts on Andor as a whole. Because I feel Andor is the best Star Wars we've seen since the first season of Mando.
I'm so excited to get started on it because I've heard nothing but great things. Like it's Star Wars for adults.
It is Star Wars for adults.
Hyped for that.
And like people are mad about that. Like they're mad that it's Star Wars for adults. It's like the melodrama is not there. You know what I mean? Like, I got Wednesday, for example. We powered through all 8 episodes of Wednesday. Loved it. There's a lot of melodrama. There's a lot of teen YA shit in that, right? Like a lot of Riverdale vibes.
Oh yeah, 100%. But right, it worked. It worked.
But it worked. It worked real well for what they were trying to do. But Andor ain't trying to smash. You know what I mean? Like he's not trying to like there's literally a part in Andor where he basically like has sex with a hooker. Like.
What?
Yeah.
Great,
the show opens with them going to a brothel. You know what I mean? Like not for him, but like it starts with them going, doing all that stuff. So it's like the seedier side of Star Wars kind of comes out in that show a little bit. It's like in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 when the movie opens and they're at a space brothel.
Oh, the music in that part was awesome. Like the kind of like the EDM shit. Like that was some dope.
Oh yeah, dude, I had a lot of vibe, I got a lot of like Blade Runner vibes off of that like deep like dark synthwave shit, and that's my jam. So I was like, yeah, baby. It felt like you're looking at an 80s movie, and I really
really liked it. Yeah, baby as well.
So, all right, yeah, so Jason's going to cruise on in. Let me just give him the link here. All right, cool beans. Jason, yeah, a long time no chat, buddy. All right, so there are a couple quick supers to get to here. Thank you, guys. Rational right off the bat asking a very hot, politically loaded question.
There we go.
There you go. What's your opinions on the violent uprising happening across China against the Xi and the Communist Party? Good for them. Bad for Avatar. Good for them. Look, I'm just like we shouldn't.
Who cares about the fucking box office of Avatar? That's that was like no, like Matt.
No, well, because there's another article I found that I wanted to touch upon tonight that was about the Chinese box office, and so look, here's the thing, man. Like, there's when it comes to human rights violations, China's up there. All right,
China
so I
sucks
absolutely support the Chinese people. Standing up for their freedoms, for their rights, I supported Free Hong Kong. I still support Free Hong Kong. Obviously, where China is, in regards to it being a superpower and how we kind of are in this weird kind of Cold War environment with that to an extent, which I hope never escalates. But at the same time, like, China has got to stand up and defend itself. And that is something that, like, look, we're already supporting a war in Ukraine that we've dumped, like tens of billions of dollars into, which by the way, I support that just because like that is protecting freedoms. And we, need to scale this shit back. But the problem though, is that like China will eventually be a problem. It just won't be a problem necessarily for us. I've mentioned this before, and I know we're kind of off topic, but I've mentioned this before, where really what you guys got to be looking at is like with the moves China is making in Africa, specifically around the central regions of Africa, to like, you know, and like look at like Nigeria and that particular region, especially the natural resources that are left untouched. That, my friends,
We're pulling a United States, basically.
yeah. Well, we
Iraq.
have a lot of vested interest in that part of Africa as well. That a lot of people don't ever talk about. So it's kind of like, you know, it's like everyone is kind of circling Africa at the moment because, you know what, it birthed life, and that's going to be where the last vegetable of life probably ends up. So there we have it. But I support the Chinese people definitely. And then going from there, moisture here, because we're kind of kicking off the Bob Chapek stuff, which we'll wait for Jason before we dive into that. It says Bob Chapek will go down in history as the worst CEO of Disney, even lower than Eisner. Dude, look, Eisner.
I have a hot take about Eisner.
Eisner wasn't that bad.
I don't think he was that bad.
He wasn't that bad.
Did he make a lot of
bad.
Did he make a lot of mistakes near the end of his run? Yes, but he did a lot of good stuff too. I feel like
he revitalized fucking Disney, dude. Like in the 80s, Disney was bad. It was bad off in the 80s. You know, it was bad off in the 80s. Michael Eisner did, you know, he kind of like he brought Disney back to like the home. You know what I mean? Like
perfect. He wasn't perfect.
No.
Like, watch Defunctland. Trust me, he did a lot of dumb stuff.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
The good stuff he did. He cared about Disney.
Splash Mountain.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like
he wanted Splash Mountain.
Well, also California Adventure and that whole debacle too.
Yeah, well, what I mean by that is like he was all like, "Let's do Song of the South."
No!
Because the
Song of the South was old by then, right?
It was old, but dude, if you go and you look up the history of Song of the South was re-released so many times, right? I think like 6 to 8 times that was re-released by the by Disney. You know what I mean? Like, so to give you guys an example, so you know, have you ever heard the saying like when it comes to like what is the highest grossing movie of all time, and people will go, well, if you adjust for inflation, Gone with the Wind is the highest grossing. That's bullshit.
Yes, yeah.
It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit, because Gone with the Wind was re-released so many times. Right up from like the 1930s to the 1980s, it was re-released a lot because they had a bunch of time. They had to fill shit, right? So it doesn't work that way. But if you go and you adjust for inflation on, let's say, Avatar's initial box office run from 2009 to now, Avatar still reigns supreme with nearly I think it was like $3.5 or nearly $4 billion. You know, so it's like, no, Avatar is the king. It's the top of the mountain right now, king of that hill. But yeah, anyway, Song of the South was popular is what I'm trying to say. Like, it was released on home video, like DVD, like overseas. Like, you can go on Facebook right now, and I'm not making this up. Go on Facebook Marketplace right now and type in Song of the South. You will find multiple people selling copies of Song of the South.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, listen.
Why do I get like a racist vibe just from the title? Like I'm sorry.
You don't know about
No, I don't. No.
Listen, we can't get into it right now. But when you go home after the stream night, Jimbo, look up "Song of the South." Have fun.
I don't know. I think you guys started this rabbit hole.
Jess here says hashtag put Song of the South on Disney Plus.
Oh my god. No.
Well, let's get an expert's perspective. Jason, what are your thoughts on Song of the South?
Oh, don't do that.
Don't do that. Here. I'm gonna Google it right now.
No.
Yeah.
Don't Google it.
1946. Wow.
If they edited that into something usable, it would be about 12 seconds long, probably.
It would probably just be cartoon stuff, and even then.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is not.
You gotta watch it. I do have a copy of it. I do have a copy of it that I found.
Disney fans miss Splash Mountain gets rebranded.
That's what they're doing. They're rebranding Splash Mountain into Princess and the Frog, which is part
That's
of
like that's literally like the opposite of what it is.
true.
Like,
I mean, like, look,
yeah.
I love Tiana. I love that fucking movie. So like, I'm okay with
Well,
that.
it's
But
good
at
to
the
see it
Yeah,
get some
no, I'm saying
love.
that's the opposite
Yeah.
of like what it's originally branded as, which I think
yeah,
is.
but I
a
mean,
better
like, look,
option.
Brer Rabbit, like the vibing that you get out of those cartoons are cool. I like those cartoons, like those stories, right? But because I grew up reading those books, I had those books as kids. You know, like the Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear. Like I didn't know that they were part of Song of the South. You know,
Yeah,
I just knew like
same.
that's what like
didn't
I
know that
had
until
those
now.
books.
Now I'm like deeply hurt because like I enjoyed those characters, at least like.
I think you can
Loose
still
memory.
enjoy those. I don't think anyone's gonna stop you from enjoying those characters.
No,
but like
I've
when you
enjoyed
go on
anything
there
Disney
and
in
you
a
hear
while,
zippity
except
doo
Star
dah,
Wars.
when you start
Stop.
hearing that, you're now just gonna have this whole other idea about it. It's just a whole other thing.
Well, thanks for this revelation tonight.
Listen,
I didn't need
not
this. Fucking
Not only does
assholes.
Hollywood After Dark entertain, but also informs.
No, it
Right?
ruins my childhood.
Because I am shackling you with the white guilt you so aptly deserve, Jimbo. That's how this works.
Fuck you,
Yeah,
man.
that's like one step away
Fuck
from a
you.
minstrel show half the time that you're in that
Oh, yeah,
show
yeah,
and
yeah.
on that ride. I'm okay with
True.
them changing it up a bit.
Yeah, I'm okay. I mean, like, I
Why not?
enjoy Splash Mountain for what it is. Like, I do love the aesthetic of Splash Mountain, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I always have. But I feel like if you know what, because look, I'm still bitchy that like as much okay, so like Star Tours, for example, when I lived in LA was when they changed it because that was back in 2011, right?
Yes.
Was when they
Yeah,
was when they
2012.
yeah, made it Star Tours 2.0. And I remember going to Disneyland like right after Star Tours 2.0 opened, but the line was like 3 hours long and I didn't have enough time. So I didn't do it. I finally went in 2019. So it took me 8 more years to get back to Disneyland to finally go on it. And I'm like, I really liked it. But I'm like, why don't they have one bay that is Star Tours?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like keep that one bay so I can at least go back and enjoy my childhood again because I love Star Tours.
Right.
So, but I enjoyed 2.0 quite a bit, but I still miss the vibe, the aesthetic. But I understand that Disney does that these things change over time, that they evolve, and they have to evolve in order to kind of meet the demands of everyone coming on in. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
get
absolutely.
it, you know?
Well, and that's what excites me the most about Iger coming back. I mean, not just because of the content, of course, but also like I really hope he fixes the theme park issues because like there's just a lot of problems right now.
Yeah, I live
Yeah.
here. I live near Disneyland, and I haven't been since the pandemic started. I haven't been since then. And after the pandemic, it's just been so crappy, and the prices suck so hard. I'm just like, there's a better way for me to spend that money in
Mm.
that time with my kids than that right now. So I'm hoping he rolls it back.
Well, that's why Chapek got the nickname that he got from the theme park fans. That's why they called him Chapek because they absolutely hate everything he did. And that's what I was going to ask you, Jason. Somebody super chat this earlier. Do you think Chapek's going to go down as like the worst CEO in Disney history?
I don't know, because I mean, I'm no expert on like Disney history and lore and all that kind of stuff, so I don't want to overstep on that front. But he kind of gets a pass to some degree with the pandemic and with coming when he came in and stuff like that. I think like historians will be able to give him a pass if they want to. So I could see it going both ways, because it is really kind of unfair to judge him against his predecessors, considering he was in an unprecedented time. At the same time, he did suck though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do get that. I do get that. I feel like because you know but here's the thing though, when he was brought in early 2020, so before the pandemic, like I understand he had his setbacks and whatever, like you know the internal structure at Disney still shifted with him when he took over, and I think like that was something that like I remember I was talking with Skywalker Brian about it when it happened, and because he was like, oh dude, everyone hates Bob Chapek, all the parks people hate Chapek. And then I'd never heard of the guy before because I never followed any of that stuff. So I started, you know, reading up on it a little bit. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, like they fucking hate this guy. But then like when he started coming on in and making those changes he did, where it's like, okay, we're no longer going to let the creatives decide. We're going to, you know, let the bean counters decide.
Well, he changed the entire corporate structure and the creative structure at Disney to suit the business people, which is what Iger was like. It's like the polar opposite of Iger. I mean, for me, the biggest mistake he made right out the gate was the whole Black Widow situation. because that like publicly
That wasn't-
embarrassed Disney and Kevin Feige.
Yeah, but that wasn't right out the gate though. That was a year and a half into like him being there, you know, because that was in 2021.
Well, I guess like what I would say is like, well, just to re-clarify, I think that was like the first like real big sign this guy was trouble. You know, at least
Oh
to
no,
me.
I mean like everyone knew that he was in trouble. Like
mine
that,
was
like
actually Galaxy's Edge stuff. Like that's
Yeah,
what I
that-
was hearing was a lot of Galaxy's Edge stuff being cut and diminished, and like whole like scenes and scripts that were going to be used live in the park were just being tossed out. People weren't being hired for those roles anymore, and so Galaxy's Edge, in my opinion, is kind of a failed project.
Well,
aftermath
dude,
of him.
didn't they just add Mandalorian stuff there?
Yeah, but that's actually a symptom of the failure of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be in canon. It was supposed to have all kinds of printed material that would tie into it. Every single couple of months, you're supposed to have new audio put next to windows to hear like stories that were going on and happenings, and all of that got cut down. Every day that front part of the Rocky stuff was supposed to explode with Hondo Anaka up on the top, a real Hondo, all this stuff. And they got rid of all of it. None of it. I don't know how far they got with developing it in the end, but Chapek was the one who said, no, we're not spending money on that. That's just redundant. We don't need it.
Yeah, well, I think conceptually too, and Matt, we've talked about this before, but I always felt like I appreciated the efforts to try and like make it like an original location, like that's canon in the world. But I'm just like, from a business perspective and just from a creative perspective as well, like why was it not Tatooine, where it's like more like an iconic location that's like timeless across all eras of Star Wars? It can easily update. You have iconic locations that everyone can recognize, you know.
Right.
And also too, it's just like and this is not me trying to dog on the sequel trilogy, but I felt like grounding it in that specific time period limited the appeal of it as well. You know,
Well,
people want to see Luke Skywalker
they didn't
and
know.
classic stormtroopers.
Yeah.
You know,
But they didn't know that they were gonna like go this long with no films and stuff that weren't connected to it. Like the sequel trilogy era was supposed to be a very living time for film, where things were supposed to continue to unfold in that era that would have been keeping the park alive, or that stuff alive. And it just didn't really work out that way.
well, and then you have the polar opposite, which don't get me wrong, Avengers Campus has issues as well. But Avengers Campus, they're constantly updating with like new character meet and greets, and it feels like that's a more lived-in experience. Like they learned a little bit from that.
Yeah, the Avengers Campus is definitely a step in the right direction.
Even though they only have one ride, which they need to fix that quickly, but still, like in terms of like a walking experience, it's a lot better.
Well, when I went to Galaxy's Edge, it was July 2019, so we're still like 5-6 months out from Rise of Skywalker.
Right.
And I went there with my kid brother, and we were having a blast. Like it's just like it doesn't matter like what kind of Star Wars fan you are, like you do feel like, oh my god, this is cool, like when you're there. But the problem though is I'm like, okay, they only had the Millennium Falcon ride. The wait wasn't terrible, 45 minutes wasn't bad for July, but I was like, I'm still going, like we're walking around, I'm like, this is just a big fucking mall, it's like you have your your first order fuel depot on one side, which did you ever notice that they were trying to market the 709?
No.
Right. Yeah, so if you go in there, next time I don't know if it's still there or not, but like if you go in there, you will find all this like first order merch, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like they had it's like 702 or 709 or whatever. They have all this merch there for that. And I'm just like, what the fuck is this? We've never seen this in the movies. Like, are they just trying to like rip off the 501st because they like that's something that they would do? Sure. And then like, you go to the other side of the part of the land and it's got all the, the rebellion stuff or the resistance. And so like, all right, that's kind of cool. But then you go and there's like all the shops in between. You're like, oh, there's like all it is just like one ride and like the shops.
Did you never ride the new one, Rise of the Resistance?
No, it wasn't open for another 6 months. It wasn't open.
It's amazing.
I've heard nothing about it. I've heard like here's the thing. I have not, like the last time I went to a Disney park was in, gosh, I want to say like 2015 for Mother's Day weekend. I've not been back since, simply because one, the pandemic, but also two, the last 2 times I tried planning a trip, it's just so expensive for a family of 4. Like to go to Disney World, which is closer to me based on where I live now. It's ridiculously expensive to go to Disney World. It's like you're planning it's like a once in a lifetime kind of trip you're planning because how expensive it is. Just like it's just too much, you know.
Yeah.
No,
Especially if you
it's
have
really
kids, it's off the table pretty much.
yeah, and because we were talking about like cruising, right? Because we like to cruise. Like we have one coming up in a few months. We're going back to Alaska.
Nice.
If you've never done an Alaskan cruise, I fully recommend it. It's chill, it's laid back, it's fun, and it's like the Northwest on steroids, you know, and I live in the Northwest, and it's the Northwest in steroids. But that being said, it's like we've looked at like the Caribbean stuff, like going out of like, you know, Orlando, and then like, you know, trying to find a way if we could budget going and taking the kids to go to Disney World. And I keep telling my girlfriend, like, look, the girls are you know, they're 5 and they're 3. I want to wait a couple more years until the youngest one's at least 5 or 6 to go. So they for running, like the cost is gonna be astronomical. And then you got like, I just want them to be able to remember it better, you know, and like to be able to have access to more things. Like I watch Disney Food Blog on YouTube quite a bit because I like them.
I from Disney Food Blog, one of the best channels for sure.
Truly. I mean, I actually watch a lot of like Disney World channels. I don't know why.
Because there's really good travel channels out there, man, especially on YouTube. Like it's a great market of great content.
Yeah,
creators.
but I don't like Ordinary Adventure because fuck Peter Scaretta. That's I can't with that guy. I just can't. You know why? You know who that guy is? You know who that guy is?
Yeah,
Jason?
I know. He's the Joker guy,
Oh
right?
Yeah. You know why? You know why?
He's
Fuck
really
that
nice
guy?
to me, but
Sure. But you know why? Fuck that guy.
why?
Remember the Joker phenomenon from 2019? All that fucking fiasco about it's going to cause the next shootings and shit.
Oh, kinda.
Yeah, he started that, and I knew about it. Because I had a guy I knew who went to the early screening of Joker for like 50 people. Like this is before Venice, right?
Okay.
And so before it won the Palme d'Or at Venice, and I get a call from my friend who was there. Well, we're not friends anymore, but I get a call from him, and he's all like, "Oh, dude, I just saw Joker. It was crazy." Peter Scaretta says, like, you know, commented that this movie's going to cost someone to go on a shooting spree. And then lo and behold, when the embargo lifted, they could drop their reviews. There's that motherfucker right out there saying it right off the bat. And I'm all like, and I know you said that at the event because I got confirmation, and now you're saying it again. And I called his ass out. And because of him, because of spreading that narrative, the whole fear and panic over that movie permeated throughout our culture for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then he dips out and he goes, "Oh, now I'm just gonna leave. You know, I'm gonna kind of back end run slash film, and I'm just gonna go and like do theme park coverage with my girlfriend." I'm like,
maybe that's good then.
Maybe that's good, but like,
maybe
but
that's
like,
good then.
but like, fuck that guy. But like, no,
I know.
When
but
you
listen,
cause that
do
kind of
some
panic, you got to apologize. I'm sorry. Like, you gotta own. You gotta take your comeuppance on that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta go. I fucked up. I shouldn't have said that because nothing happened. And I'm like, when the Monday after that movie came out, and no violence, no reports of anything had happened, and there wasn't an apology from there was from some people in the media. They were like, we might have gotten this one wrong. Nothing from him, and I'm all like, fuck you, dude. Like because that shit, dude, that's like fucking yelling fire in a theater sort of thing. Because
wasn't the joke around that time though? Real quick, wasn't the joke is like, oh, nothing happened at the Joker screenings, but Frozen 2, these parents are fighting for their lives or whatever. I remember that happened around the same time. Where like apparently there's like violence at Frozen screenings for some reason.
That can happen.
Wait, there was violence at Frozen screenings?
Yeah, like
something
apparently
that happened,
like
yeah.
there was something like really bad that happened at like a Frozen 2 screening like a few weeks after Joker opened, where like parents were like stabbing each other or something over their kids. Like wild shit.
That's crazy. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh because I don't know the story, but when I just hear it out of context,
You can just
kind of hilarious.
Look, people getting shanked at a Frozen 2 screening makes more sense than a shooting at a Joker screening. You know what I mean? Because look, because obviously they were pulling from the Aurora shooting from 2012. I get that. But at the same time, it's like, stop with the fucking hysterics. We don't need it. We do not need it. Because I've worked at movie theaters, before and after that incident happened. Like, that world is already crazy enough as it is at times. We don't need more of that shit when people are trying to relax. Like, yes, keep an eye out. Bad things can happen. Obviously, occasionally something does, but But like a lot of times it's just like, it's just annoying shit. Like who's the guy that runs fucking IndieWire?
That is, I know who you're talking about. I
But
just
like,
remember his name, but I
yeah,
know
I don't
who you're
remember.
talking
I don't
about.
remember his name right now. But that fucking guy, like, called the cops, dialed 911 over someone on their cell phone in a theater a number of years ago. You know, I'm not even making that up, dude.
Good
like,
job. That's a great thing. Yeah, fuck
I'm all
that
like,
guy
look,
on the phone. What are you
I'm like,
doing?
look, I'm the asshole you come to when you want that shit taken care of, right? Like, don't call the cops. Like, I am the asshole. Like, I will make a comment about that in the theater.
Did he get in trouble for that? Did you get in trouble for calling the cops?
I don't.
That's not
he
an
got
emergency.
reported and he got mocked pretty heavily.
Yeah.
So,
As he
it's just
should.
it was like, come on, like you're now. I mean, look, I might be the guy who known as the guy who flagged some channels like an idiot and then cried at getting a silver play button. I still didn't call 911 on some asshole in the theater on his phone. You just say, like, you use
There's
public shame
levels
on
of
those people.
things, okay?
There's
There's
levels of
levels.
things. There's levels
You
of
just
cringe.
yell
I
at
have
them
my
and
own level of
tell 'em
cringe.
how their kids are never gonna be shit. They're never gonna be shit, and all that stuff like that. You just roast the fuck out of them. Because I mean, that is annoying, and that I have noticed that a lot. Like people just don't care. Like when I went to see Wakanda Forever, like there's so many people on their phones and shit. It was like, bro, like we're having a heartfelt moment. You're texting your wife about what you want for dinner or something. I'm like, bro, this is not the time.
Oh yeah, it gets. Again, like when I worked at theaters,
Annoying.
I was the guy that you'd want to like go and handle that. I had a guy. This is true. I had a guy come out one time from the when I worked at the theater in Pasadena. I had one of my people go and do a theater check, and she came on out. And she's holding like a large drink, and I'm like, well, why the fuck do you have this large drink? She's like, oh, some guy in there asked me to get him a refill, and I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, he just handed me the cup and said, get him a refill. Because we had free refills on large drinks. And I'm like, well, what do you want? She's like, he wanted a Pepsi. And I'm all like, okay. So I took it and I did like Pepsi and Diet Pepsi and root beer and everything else. Some squirts
Suicide?
of our I made a graveyard as I grew up
Graveyard.
calling it. Yeah.
Okay.
But the same thing. And I put it back in there and I used our syrups from like our iced coffee shit. Like I made this contraption of pure disgust and I handed it back to her and I said, give it back to the guy. Right. And then I stood there and I waited.
That's foul.
And I waited for the guy to come out of the theater. I'm like, don't fuck with my person. This is my employee. You know what I mean? Like you don't demand that. You treat my people with respect. And I waited for a solid 2-3 minutes. Guy never came out.
Yeah.
Never came out. And I'm just like, yeah, you got fucked with. Then later on, someone's all like, he could have like had like a bad or allergic reaction to that, right? And I'm all like, I wasn't thinking about that at the time. Okay, I was defending the honor of my
Cancel
employee
Jarbo.
who makes fucking minimum wage. They don't need to be treated like shit.
In real life, though, that guy was like, have I ever told you the story about the best soda I ever had in my whole entire life?
You know what? Probably. But at least that guy wasn't the phantom masturbator because we had that guy at our theater.
Wait, hold up. What?
I'm not kidding. So this is true. So
Jesus.
this is true. This guy, we didn't know who he was. We just knew that he was like about a 30-year-old black man, right? And he would come on in, and
He
because
would
said
come
it.
on in.
he would, as far as I don't know if he ever came or not. But he would enter the theater. He would buy a ticket because we were like $3 a ticket,
You
right?
entered that field,
Yeah.
So
baby.
he would go and he'd sit down and he would like purposefully sit down next to a woman or like one seat spaced in between them or whatever. And then he would just like start beating it during the movie. And then he would like make eye contact with the women. Okay. So, and this happened a lot, but let me tell you the reason why, like the reason why we never caught this guy was because in many, many, many instances, like if a woman would have said anything, right the way the theater was built is there were exits like everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere there were exits where you could get out of there without being seen on camera. I mean that literally. And if you knew where to go, you could
not
even
good.
hide. You could even hide all night long and no one would know you were there because we occasionally caught a homeless guy who came in for the last showing of the night, went and cubbyholed himself behind one of the screens, was completely invisible all night long. No one knew he was there. He got a nice warm place to sleep. and then snuck out in the morning when we were opening up, and not even like sneaking out. What I mean is like he literally we'd be opening the doors to go on in, and he would just casually walk out of one of the rooms and go, "Hey guys," and then leave.
What?
And I'm just like, and
Just
this
like,
is before.
hey Bill, how's the night? How's the night shift?
Like,
"That was pretty
okay.
good."
And the thing is, we had a nighttime. We had one guy come and clean the theater. He'd get there at 11 o'clock at night, and he would stay until 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever, or even sometimes because he would sleep off and on throughout. It was weird.
Yeah.
And then so anyway, so the masturbator would like if he would slip out, right? He would slip out
Yeah.
if he got caught. But I'm not kidding you when I say this. This happened multiple times. I would have women come and complain to me, and they go, there was a guy in the theater that was sitting next to us. He was masturbating, and I'm like, him again? God damn it, And I'm like, where is he? She's like, oh no, he's already gone. I'm like, oh okay, well, like how long ago was this? And they're like, oh, like 45 minutes ago. And I'm like, wait, why are you just telling me this now? And they're like, oh, we didn't want to miss the movie. That's how
God.
that is how you're in Los Angeles. And Jason, you can back that up, dude. Like that's how you're in LA, when it's all like some guy's beating off next to you in a movie theater and you're like, not the weirdest thing I've seen today.
Hey, as long as
part
you
of
don't
me
come in
is-
my popcorn will be good. Because I already have enough butter.
I'm kind of surprised they weren't like taking out their phones and taking pictures of him, being like,
This is
look at what happened.
This is like 2011.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like nowadays it
Yeah.
would have been all over TikTok. Like
Yeah,
you're
for
going to
sure.
get canceled, bro. Like that scene from fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre last year.
Oh, that was like that movie was.
that
Oh,
garbage
stop,
movie.
bro! I literally forgot about it. I don't even remind it about how fucking.
You know what?
trash
I
that movie
liked it. It was
How dare
stupid, but I
you.
liked it. I liked it.
It was.
a
I
bum.
liked it because of how dumb it was, and just like that guy getting that busing was like the best part of the movie because they're like all trying to cancel him with the phones. He just said, "Fuck it." And just slaughtered them all. It's like, yeah, how about them phones though?
Well, Ryan here says that he should have at least done it at home. Here's the thing.
No shit.
Yes, he absolutely should have. But like the guy just like he just liked to do it. And the problem though is that again, like if people don't say anything, like we're not going to know about it and everything else like that. But Reed is right here. There's a couple super chats to quickly get to.
Okay, guys.
Yeah. A couple quick supers to get to. You guys have been really generous. Thank you all. Reed here for 5. Thank you. Says, I got a Jay and Silent Bob Funko from my comic store. Hope Kevin can sign it someday. Also, RJ should check out Spirited. Just a reminder. RJ should check out Spirited.
Yeah,
RJ,
no, it's
check
because
him
I was
out.
asking for some movie and show recommendations because I'm getting my tonsillectomy next week.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I'll be in bed,
Spirited's
so-
good. And you're one of the few people that actually have Apple TV Plus.
I am, so I gotta check it out.
Have you seen that one yet, Jason? You seen Spirited?
I still haven't seen it. I do have Apple though.
Yeah, it's good. It's Will Ferrell, Ryan Reynolds, works pretty well. It's a pretty solidly funny movie.
Nice.
I don't have it, but I still saw it anyway because I'm amazing.
Yeah. There's ways.
There's ways. And Reed, here's the thing. I don't know where you live. I think you're on the East Coast-ish. If you can get your ass to fucking New Jersey, dude. Kevin Smith just opened a movie theater there. They bought a single screen in Red Bank, I think, where he's from, and it's Smodco theaters or Smodcastle theaters or whatever. So he's got a movie theater in New Jersey. So now
I
I'm
heard
like,
they sell
God,
comics in the lobby there.
man, I'm like, now I got to go to fucking Jersey. I don't want to go to Jersey, Jason. I've been there one
Why
time.
don't you go to the Jersey Shore?
Funny thing about that. I was at a scriptwriters meeting event. We had one of the producers from Jersey Shore there, and she made a comment that I'll never forget. She just offhand said, yeah, when we were shooting the first season of Jersey Shore, we were handing out Valtrex like it was candy. And if you don't know, Valtrex is an anti-herpes medicine. So they were just like handing out vouchers, because I'm like, and I was like, yeah, it's Jersey.
Condoms, goddamn.
Like, what do you think is going to happen there? It's like you just go to the shore, you've already got herpes.
Just look at
That's how it
Turkey
works.
wrong.
It's just,
So wait, are you saying just like the herpes spreads so much it's just in the air?
have you ever seen Jersey? Yeah, it
I
just
don't go to
permeates.
I've never been to Jersey.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Jersey, its own fucking nation. I swear to God.
Jersey is pretty terrible. It's pretty
They have a
terrible.
different breed of humans there. They're only breeds of
They
fucking
really
party.
do. They absolutely do, man. It's nuts. Ryan here for $5. Thank you, buddy. Says having Bob Chapek a CPO of Disney was like having a butcher be in charge of an animal shelter. No good would come from it. I mean, or a better analogy would probably be having PETA in charge of an animal shelter.
Ooh, ouch.
Wait, I don't mean to cut you off, but did you see PETA now going after God of War Ragnarok?
For
They go
what?
after everything.
Because of Garm, which in the lore, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but
Is it a big ass animal?
It's a big ass animal that's chained up in hell for a reason, and in the game you find out that reason. Basically, it's not really a spoiler because it's
don't. I don't want to spoil. I'm going to play it eventually. So shh.
Okay,
PETA.
Yeah, it's a fucked
PETA's,
up thing. But
okay,
yeah,
so you kill it. I'm assuming you kill it.
No.
Okay, I mean, in God of War, you either fuck something or you kill something. So it's kind of like
maybe in the Greek trilogy, but
this new trilogy they took out the fucking and added more killing. But no, I mean, PETA. Do you know PETA went after Minecraft once? They actually opened their own Minecraft servers, where you could explore. It was like called PETA Craft or whatever. I mean, you couldn't kill any of the animals. It was just like, come join our server, build your empire, and watch the pigs frolic, or something along those lines. But my favorite PETA story is the one where they were actually busted in Atlanta, dumping the carcasses of slain animals that they had euthanized into the dumpsters of fast food restaurants because they did not have a permit to dispose of the corpses legally. That is true. Never support PETA because that ain't ethical. Not by a fucking long shot.
They should have just ate it. Should have just ate them.
I mean, like, sure. Have you ever seen the opening of fucking Book of Eli? He eats cats.
Oh,
true.
No, yeah.
Right? I'm just saying it's, finally some people could go like, man, I love eating pussy. And they actually have a delicacy. This is what happens when you come on Hollywood After Dark, Jason. This is what happens.
Hey, I'm all about it.
I appreciate you being here, man. But thank you for that, Ryan. Garrick here for $5 says, what did Disney see in Chapek that made them choose him as CEO over everybody else? Is it because he's a money guy like Zaslav? I can't tell you that specifically. I mean, he ran the parks, and that's a very lucrative part.
I think it's because they wanted someone who was technically on the inside, still somebody who knew Disney, like theme parks, right? Because typically they would upgrade a theme park guy to CEO. Also, too, I do think it was a money thing. I'm not sure if they saw like dark times ahead before the pandemic, but maybe they want someone to keep the ship steady. Because remember, initially they said Iyer was going to be creative, Chapek would cook the books, and that didn't happen because Iyer obviously got, the backseat a little bit. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, Chapek was supposed to, kind of handle the day-to-day stuff. But as we'll talk about here in a few, there have been some allegations made against him in regards to that. I think
sorry.
What's it?
Oh, his avatar is making me think of another Disney story that a friend of mine in the record industry told me that Eisner signed Queen around 88, around the time of the Miracle album, because they knew Freddie had AIDS and was going to die and that the catalog would become worth a ton. So they really paid Queen a huge payout to get them on the Hollywood records at that time. True story.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they definitely there's, when you get into the nitty gritty of the business, the human capital doesn't really mean as much as the art created. So it's just like, if they can, look at the whole thing with Michael Jackson having having for a while, the rights to the Beatles.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, why does Michael Jackson own the rights to the Beatles beating out Paul McCartney? It's just because of the money.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Just the money and shit. As much as I am not a fan of Razor Fist on a political commentary level, he does have a lot of really good videos about the music industry and like what they've done. Mm-hmm. Those are pretty good. Anything else he talks about on a political side is just right-wing bullshit. But other than that, that's the shitty thing. It's like when someone makes a really good type of content and you're like, this is really solid. And then they come out and they're just basically like, yeah, like I'm an idiot. And you're like, fuck, that sucks. Like, stop talking. I mean, I know I have that same problem too. But, I say a lot of dumb things all the time. But okay, H-Bar's here for $5. Thank you, buddy. He says, if you get the chance, watch A Christmas Story Christmas. Very heartwarming and a good sequel. Is it?
See, that
Really?
was the thing, right? Because A Christmas Story is a classic, and they made like a really horrible direct-to-DVD sequel, A Christmas Story 2.
Yeah.
But I've actually heard that this one is like the real sequel to A Christmas Story, and they actually cared about it.
Well, it's
Yeah, I
got
heard
Ralph,
great
you know.
things about it, but I'm kind of still like, nope.
I know, 'cause it's like I don't want to take my memory of A Christmas Story, but I'm like, people really think it's a good sequel, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a hot take. It's a good movie, but it's not like the greatest holiday movie. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Well,
for
no,
sure.
of course
Yeah, no.
not. But it's
But
a great movie. It's a classic.
It's a good movie. It is a good movie, and I do like to kind of humble brag. I'll name drop for a second. When I lived in North Hollywood, Zach Ward, who played Scott Farkas, was a friend of a friend who lived about 2-3 blocks away from me, and we've gone drinking in Burbank before. And
Yeah,
I've
he's
shot.
my cousin.
Oh no shit.
No, I'm kidding. He's not my cousin. I don't know. We saw the same last name. I'm just joking.
Oh right. Well, yeah, he's from Canada. Like what the fuck? But I'll tell you this though. I only wanted to get close to Zach Ward because I wanted to get close to Uwe Boll. I still want to get that interview with him, man. To sit down and go through the nitty gritty of everything. And I don't even care about the fucking like illegalities or like the immoral behavior of ripping off the Canadian and German governments. I just want to know like what the fuck he was thinking in some of that shit. Like just take me through the making of how the fuck did you get goddamn the fucking Gandhi. God, I can't remember names right now. Who played Gandhi?
Oh,
yeah.
Ben Kingsley?
Ben
Yeah!
Kingsley. I don't know why I'm blanking on names, but how the fuck did you get Ben Kingsley for Blood Rain?
That's a very good question.
Because like
That's
he
a
showed
very
up
good
on set for
question.
like 2 days, right? Maybe one day, shot all of his scenes, and then that was like one take, and then that was it. But like they still got him, and then like go and look at all the actors that are in Dungeon Siege or In the Name of a King, the Dungeon Siege tale. Like just go look at all the actors they had in that. Like it had like a massive budget on that movie. And there's just questions I have. But I don't want to attack the guy. I think he thinks people want to attack him. I want to sit down and like legitimately just pick his brain over this shit. Like the Postal actual boxing match that happened. Where like he got out his critics and he flew them to Canada and he boxed them.
Really?
Yes, he did. Really, it really happened. It was supposed to be for Postal. I think a scene in Postal or whatever, but he really did it. And like he literally beat the shit out of film critics. One of them was
literally said, if you hate my movie so much, come and fight me. Some of them actually did. He beat the shit out of them.
because he was a professional
that's
boxer
fucking
in Germany
legendary,
before he became a filmmaker. It's like, you idiot, you rube, you moron, you're gonna get beat. And when I actually hung out with Zach Ward, I was all like, did that happen? He's like, yeah, I was there. he's like, I was there.
Okay, that's just great. Like, imagine if like that was like a normal thing in Hollywood. Like directors who like just constantly get their work slammed by critics for but like the audience scores good. They'd be like, all right, you and you pull up to this actress. We're duking it out. that would change Rotten Tomatoes history.
Yeah.
So I mean, like all that shit to me is just really fucking funny. The thing is, like, I don't really hate bad movies. You know what I mean? Or like even bad directors. I think it's like, because there was a guy that died today. He was the, oh God, I don't know why I've been blanking on names recently.
Mm-hmm.
But he directed like Nemesis. He did Cyborg. He did the 1990 Captain America movie. You know, and like he did one of my favorites from the 90s called Mean Guns with Ice-T and Christopher Lambert. And it was like it was kind of
I
like,
looked up. His name was Albert Pune.
maybe that sounds he was like 69 years old. He was young, but it's like this guy
Yeah, he just passed away.
Yeah, they just announced that last night. And this guy was great for doing like low budget schlocky films, but they had a fan base. But like this guy was like super into these kind of movies, and those movies are just fun. Like, I mean, Jason, you and I are on the older side than these two. Like, we remember the days of like walking through the video store back in the 90s. And like looking at all like we go, oh, like, look at this box art. This looks fucking cool. Like, let's go watch this movie.
I would rent anything that was Troma or Full Moon Entertainment. Those were my
Full Moon. Yeah.
I was like, oh, the Puppet Master style stuff, all that. What was that? There was one called like, I can't remember what it's called. It's like Little Man or something. Doll Man.
Doll Man.
Doll
Yeah.
Man.
He directed that. This
Doll
guy
Man. I
directed
loved-
that.
Yeah. I loved Doll Man. Doll
So-
Man was so dumb.
It was
Oh,
like, well, yeah, like
boomers.
there was one, I forget, it's called I Come in Peace with Dolph Lundgren.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what studio put it out, but it's like an alien comes to Earth to like harvest our like our fluids, and like Dolph Lundgren's an LA cop who's got to track down an actual alien, like take it out. I mean, it's just back. Like the thing is, like the movies they made back then, like they still make that kind of shit now, but
Yeah.
it's like, but now it's like it's almost like it just has a different vibe to it, and it doesn't hit the same way.
It doesn't. It's like back then they knew it was cheap, but they were still kind of like they like still believed in it. They were trying, but also it was a bit like it had just a different sense of humor about it. Whereas when you get it now, the people who are making that stuff think that they're like really smart. Like they think that they're like Kevin Smith or something, and that they're doing that kind of thing. And it doesn't hit the same for that reason. I think that's what the difference is. But yeah, he also did Superman 4: The Quest for Peace, didn't he?
Who the same director who did?
Yeah.
No, that was
Yeah.
someone else actually.
Oh, that was
that
someone
was-
else.
that was
Okay,
someone else,
I
yeah.
thought he did like Quest for Peace and
No, well, that was Quest for
Soldier.
Peace was like what 89, right?
oh no, that was
87.
Roland Emmerich. I'm
87.
dumb.
Wait, who did what? What did Roland Emmerich do?
No, I was thinking of Universal Soldier for a second, but that was
Oh yeah. That was that Emmerich?
I think so.
No, what? No, that wasn't Emmerich.
Wait,
was
hold
it?
on, I'll look it up.
Yeah,
I'll
I
look
know,
it up.
right? At this point, we're just like, hold on, Universal
Yeah.
Soldier.
Yes, yeah. Universal Soldier is Roland Emmerich's first movie, probably. or
No
one of his first.
shit.
Wow. I didn't
Yeah,
know
which
that.
explains the rest of the
Whoa.
career, right?
I mean,
in
but
some
Dean
ways.
Devlin wrote it. Okay, cool, man.
Yeah.
Like that was the thing. Like, you ever see Geostorm?
Mm-hmm.
Right, so
Geostorm. Wait,
the
I know
one-
Geostorm. I know
That was the
name.
one with Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler, like it's like the space station that controls the weather, goes
Oh yeah,
haywire.
that just came out like a year or
Right.
so ago, right?
Yeah, it came out like it came out in end of 2017. Early 2018 is when it came out. But it was you watch it and you're like, this feels like a Roland Emmerich movie. You look at it, you're like, this is totally Roland Emmerich, written and directed by Dean Devlin. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I look up Dean Devlin, I'm like, oh my God, this guy is like Roland Emmerich light, you know? And it's,
Right.
but I mean, but I dig on the schlocky kind of destruction porn films. I mean, Moonfall, we've talked about Moonfall quite a bit here occasionally. And you know, like the thing is, like I was vibing on Moonfall. I was digging what they were laying down for how dumb it was until one of the last lines of that movie just completely killed the whole thing for me.
What was
And
that?
just like the guy from Game of Thrones dies, sacrificing himself to like save humanity, basically, because that's how these things work. And then he ends up getting he wakes up and he's in the moon. And the AI construct in the moon just goes like, I digitized you and brought you into he's like, you're part of the moon now. That's a literal line for like, it was one of the
Yeah, it
last
says
lines of the
you're
movie.
part of the moon now.
You're part of the moon now.
Or it's like you are the moon or
Was
something.
he on the dark
No.
side of the moon? That's the question.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Pink Floyd, bro.
I'm just saying it's so like crazy on that shit. Okay, Shiny here says Independence Day 2 was fun as well. I agree. I had fun with Independence Day Resurgence.
Yeah.
I'm one of the few people that probably did, but I enjoyed, dude, you get Bill Pullman in a movie, I'm genuinely pretty happy. All right, you bring back Jeff Goldblum, I'm genuinely pretty happy.
Man. It's just
They set up a continuation of the story.
which would have been an amazing third film. Where they
would
go
have
to the
been,
aliens planet,
but they
wreck
did
shit.
fucking Moonfall, an $185 million independently financed movie, because it was all independently financed. Like Roland Emmerich raised the money to do that, but fucking Fox was like, no, we don't want to do Independence Day 3. So we could have gotten Independence Day 3 if they just would have been like, maybe Disney will bring it back. Maybe Disney will be like, let's reboot Independence. Let's not reboot Independence.
Well,
Day.
Albert Pune, he also did Ice-T, Always Wanted to Be a Hoe video. He did it. That's awesome.
Well, again, that's why I bring up the Mean Guns. That was, I mean, Ice-T was in that one and shit, you know. And
Yeah.
that was one of the ones I saw that one. Like I showed the trailer on the stream a while back, but like that was one of the ones I remember back in the 90s. I'm looking through, you know, I go to Hollywood Video, right? And I always hung out in Hollywood Video. And they always had like the What's Coming Soon magazine. And so I'd be thumbing through the magazine and I just saw the advert for Mean Guns. And it was all like 100 criminals, 1,000 bullets, or like 10,000 bullets, $10 million cash was like the tagline for it. And the whole plot of the movie is like this mob syndicate thing calls in all their hitters. All right, anyone who's ever owed them money or, you know, whatever, brings them to this brand new prison that's like not open yet. It's just been built. It opens in a couple days, and they're like, the last man standing gets $10 million. And then they just start dumping like bins, like plastic bins of guns. And then like everyone gets the guns and they all point at each other and they all open fire, but they're unloaded. They're empty. And then they just dump like, again, bins of bullets, and they just like pepper the floor. So everyone's like scrounging to get whatever ammo they can and like get the fuck out of there and shit. It's a fun movie. It's a really fun movie. It's like, holy shit. Like that was something I still remember it all these, like 25 years later. I still freaking love that film. So it's like, you know, you get like that guy. Yeah. Like, I mean, rip to that dude 100%. Like you just, it's sad because like, you know, you don't realize.
What a good career though. He had a great career. I mean, realistically, he might not have been making, you know, A+ films, but he made a lot of fun. I think he put a lot of good in the world.
Yeah. I think that's kind of part of it too. Is like, I think that's the other side of it. Is like, are these movies just fun to watch? Like, Jimbo and I are fans of the Terrifier series.
Yeah.
And
I saw Terrifier 2 like a couple weeks ago. I had a good time.
Dude, like that fucking ending. Holy shit. Right. But I've been following the people who made Terrifier on Twitter.
Same.
And those guys are like, dude, like that whole community is just like, they're full of cool people.
Right? You know? Like the producer, have you been following like the guy with the, I don't know, it's like the Terrifier style profile pic, mustache and shit? Like,
yeah.
Something. Not, and then that's the director.
Damien Leone, yeah.
Yeah, but like, they just are a bunch of great people to have fun and interact with the community that just loved like their wild film. I'm like, that's fucking awesome. And like, I definitely think they deserve all the success that they got from the sequel, and it's leading, you know, to a brand new film. Like already.
I mean, the fact that like the fact that they're submitting Terrifier 2 to the Oscars.
That's
I love
really
that.
funny.
I love that story. So they have to watch.
That film is gonna make more money than Strange Worlds. That's what's even more fucking crazy.
More of a profit, yeah.
That's nuts. And it had a way less budget too. It was like $250,000, where Strange World had way bigger budget. Like that's nuts. That's like a straight FU Disney.
Skywalker Brian here asks, what's your guys' consensus on the Olympus Has Fallen series that they've done? I recently watched all of them actually, and
pretty good.
They're fun, man. Like the first one is still the best one.
Well, the first one's the best.
Well, also because Anton Fuqua was just a better director. But I mean, look, here's the thing: like, because Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down came out like within months of each other, and
3 months. 3 months.
Yeah, it was super quick. And then at the time when they did London Has Fallen is essentially the same story as White House Down, just in London. If you think about it, where it's like, because in the first movie,
you're right.
The president's captured and he's got to get to the president. In the second movie, they get shot down. Now they have to make their way out, out of London with all the terrorists that are there, and they're working together. And Aaron Eckhart does a great job, and like Sam Jackson. There's a bunch of people in those movies. Angel Has Fallen felt kind of like a fugitive type movie. It felt like more of a homegrown type movie. I really enjoyed the different vibes across the board. And apparently they're working on like 4, 5, and 6. I think they're doing like more of the Olympus series.
They are?
Yeah. Like I remember, or I've heard something about that. But again, like those kind of movies can have those kind of sequels. And I feel like one of the funniest things that, like we overlook here is we always look at like, these Marvel movies, and we look at these DC films, these huge movie, franchises, and you look at something like Olympus Has Fallen, and you're like, how the fuck are there 3 of them? And then you go, oh yeah, like they're moderately budgeted, $40 to $60 million. They're shot well, they're shot cheap, and they have a good market draw outside of the United States. And like, that's how a lot of this stuff gets funded. So it's like,
I've never even heard of them. This is the first time I've even heard of them.
Oh my, okay, yeah. dude. Okay. I'm just going to pitch you on it real quick. Right.
Okay.
So Olympus Has Fallen is Gerard Butler plays Secret Service agent protecting the president. President's played by Aaron Eckhart. In the opening of the movie, the first movie, Ashley Judd is the first lady. They get into a car accident. Right. She dies.
Okay.
And, like he had to basically, Gerard Butler has to save the president or save the first lady. His priority is to save the president. So the president blames him for the death of his wife.
Right.
And as a result, he's no longer like, protecting him. So then like fast forward, I think like 2 years or whatever. And he's working for like the IRS essentially. A bunch of North Korean dissidents attack the White House to kind of like it's basically Die Hard. All right.
Okay.
Like they want prisoners released and things like that, or they're going to kill the president. And then they literally use like this plane, like they with fucking guns on it, like just unloads at the White House, killing all these guards. He gets on inside, and then it's just him versus everybody else on the inside of the White House. And he ends up saving the day. So it's basically just Gerard Butler doing Die Hard.
Okay.
But it's directed by the guy who did Training Day.
Yeah.
Anton Fuqua. So it's like, all right, cool. It's a solid movie. And then the sequel, same thing, but they go to Russia. But it also has, like I said, it's got Aaron Eckhart. It's got fucking Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett, right? Ashley Judd cameo and whatever. I mean, what was it? Dylan McDermott is in it. A bunch of other people you would recognize.
Okay.
Or like, so it's like, it's just this weird kind of like mishmash sort of thing. But they're fun. The movies are fucking fun. Like they're just kind of like, they have this vibe to them where you're like, yeah, all right, I can get in on this. Like Rhoda Mitchell from fucking Silent Hill is in them, and you're like, the fuck, she's his wife. Like, okay, she's got like 2 scenes in each movie, but she's still in all the movies. It just, that's the thing with the younger crowd. Like, I just don't think they, like back in the day, it's all crazy. Anyway, I really, really, really like those movies. They're just dumb. Benson here says he'll become the president in the next trilogy. Probably not. Also joining us, is this Saggy? It is Saggy.
Oh, what's up, Melons?
First of all, it's James Gunn's. Can you mind your business?
Yeah, sure. He responds to one of your tweets, and now you're just like, oh my God, he's my BFF.
They're friends now.
Wait, what are you talking about? He's never responded. You're talking about RJ.
Oh, no, sorry. He was responding to me yesterday. That's right.
Yeah, and they got really, and people got really mad
did he?
about that.
Yeah, and today.
Yeah, and they got
today.
really mad
Say,
about
didn't
that.
you know that we have inside scoops to James Gunn, apparently? Like, are you just now hearing this? Like, come on. get
No
with it, dude.
celebrity gives me any attention, and I'm very salty about that.
Well,
I put
maybe
out, though.
Show them towards your OnlyFans. Maybe they will start to.
Right. Sorry. Benson is correct. In the third film, Angel Has Fallen, Piper Perabo takes over for Rhoda Mitchell, which I thought was an interesting choice because I like Piper Perabo. But yeah, okay, you're right. You're right, Benson. You're right.
Correction.
Sorry. Correction. I was wrong. Oh no, I got a Die Hard factoid wrong once, and one guy will super chat me to let me know that he was right and I was wrong, and I will take that L. I will gladly take that L. Can keep it up. It's all good.
Take
That's
more
part
than
of.
else.
Oh, whatever.
Take some D's, too.
How's your OnlyFans? How's that going? You got to the part yet where you have to take a D to keep those memberships up?
Jesus
You would
Christ,
know.
Matt.
You would know, Matt.
Oh,
I'm
Jesus
not
Christ.
subbed to your OnlyFans, Saggy.
I didn't say you were. I said you had one.
I go to RJ to get that information.
Oh.
No, not me.
Does anyone know if the lady from Barbarian has an OnlyFans? I'm just asking for a friend.
No,
I don't.
yeah.
Who is the lady in Barbarian? I haven't seen
I
Barbarian
don't
yet.
know.
So
Hey,
Wait,
hey,
two
I
person?
see what
There's
you
just-
mean. I see what you mean.
Wait, is this your person? I don't see names because you don't have
yeah,
the names on the screen.
yeah. This is Jason Ward for MakingStarWars.net, an actual verified Twitter user. Actual
What?
didn't pay for it. Saggy paid for it. Feel free to make fun
I
of it.
wanted to know what it was like. I wanted to know what it
was it
did.
like?
Like how
So
they
you had to
verified
pay
it.
for it. You had to pay for it.
No,
that doesn't.
I wanted.
That doesn't
no,
count.
Shut up. I wanted to
How does it
see.
feel to be
Okay, hold
cool?
on, because you know how you get verified the right
What is
way,
this,
right? It's
American
being-
Pie?
No, listen. You know how you get verified, like the way he got verified, right? Where you have to actually send an ID to say, "Hey, I am this person." Well, I wanted to see how they did the verification on Twitter Blue, if it was the same way. And no, it's not. You just pay for it. They give you a check mark. It's like, okay, well, how is that a verification? I could have just been anyone pretending to be me.
Yeah,
So I
they
was
just
just testing it.
But no one wanted to pretend
Yeah,
to be you.
You
so,
could have
I mean,
found that out by like just waiting to see what happened with everyone else. You had to actually.
Well,
spend
I also
money.
never had Twitter Blue, and I heard that they, aside from the verified checkmark, like I do like that I have to I get an editing feature because, like, dude, I fuck up on my typing all the time. So that's a
I don't
perk,
know that.
I mean, that's just
I
a
can't
pure
do that.
condemnation of our American educational system.
right? It's I never got had the like I never thought of like getting it before. I was like, oh, this sounds stupid. But then I was like, I want to see. It's like $8, so I wanted to see what it was like. I don't even think I'm keeping it, but whatever.
Well, here's the thing with that. He's going to charge everybody. He's even going to charge Jason $8 here in the next few months.
Ain't gonna
So-
get it.
That's stupid.
Yeah. Well,
I
because that
think
was
that's stupid.
they need to have apparently I was watching an Adam Conover video tonight about this whole thing, and apparently in order to afford Twitter, Elon Musk had to take out loans in order to afford it, and he owes back $1.5 billion a year with interest on this loan. So he's got him, and Twitter wasn't already profitable. Like, he severely overpaid for Twitter. He got basically bullied into it by the court, which is really funny. But so he's got to
Good.
So imagine if he's losing all of those hundreds of millions of dollars in advertising revenue by all the bullshit that went on with the checkmark stuff, and he's hoping that he's hoping that he can get the $8 a month from people. He would need roughly 180 some million users to all pay $8 a month to even remotely be able to pay off that yearly debt that he owes on the website, and to keep that going. Like,
Nice.
so, and Musk said today something, or maybe it was yesterday, he tweeted out something along the lines of like, he's going to end up like, he thinks that in the next 2 years, he can see 1 to 1.5 billion people using Twitter. And I'm like, dude, no, like, it's already a shitheel. Like, you're not pulling in new people, by opening it up to far right-wing extremists. You're not pulling in new people. You're going to have your power users leave, and they're going to go to other platforms, or whatever. He's just backing himself into a corner.
Yeah, every new
So-
content creator who's starting something new is just going to go to where the free accounts are. They're not going to really throw down on that usually.
Yeah, I mean,
If I
people
was
are in
starting
Mastodon.
today, I wouldn't.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean, Instagram's going down too. Like, Instagram's not doing so well. They actually came out and said like a lot of people aren't even using Instagram.
It's all
really
TikTok. It's going to be all TikTok.
Yeah, it's
Every-
gonna be
people-
TikTok. I don't know TikTok with the YouTube
Well,
Shorts though, and the partner program for Shorts, because the TikTokers make shit on there.
Sure, they do. But it's here's the thing though, is like the shorts. The problem I have with shorts right now is like, it's fucking difficult to get that shit in like the shorts shelf, right? Depending on what you talk about. Like, some things have blown up, but a lot of things don't. TikTok, the algorithm over there is like still pure. It feels like they're tweaking it, but it's very open in regards to like, like I started over there back in April. I'm at 22,700 followers, and I've been kind of, I haven't been as active on it recently, but it's like you still gain followers and build up from the platform. So
Well, the algorithm on TikTok is easy because, first of all, as soon as you start a new account on TikTok, they immediately start pushing you on the For You page, which is where a lot of people see your stuff. That's where a lot of the algorithm starts. And like I said, their algorithm's weird because when I was doing TikTok, I had like a couple videos. One video would hit like 30,000 views. Another video would get 40 views. Another video would get 6 views. Another video would get like 20,000 views. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
well, here's the thing. So Spherical Commander says TikTok is full of malware. That's actually not true. TikTok is one of the reason why people say that is because it has the most attempts at cloning it. So people have attempted to clone the malware part of it.
Isn't
So
the
that's
U.S. government trying to shut down TikTok?
parts of it. Yes. Parts of it are,
The
yeah. What's
only
really,
I was gonna say the only benefit of TikTok versus anything else that's out there now is like their features of like doing duets and stitching like other people's videos and stuff. That's kind of the only thing that they have that people still like to do.
No. Not only that, they have like which people will make filters. People can make filters for TikTok and actually have them get into TikTok. Whereas like the YouTube has their engineers that don't do fucking shit for shorts, right? They just added the ability to like remix something for 15 seconds or whatever.
Right.
And it's like, and then even Reels, the best part about Reels is how they have their closed captioning. I like how they have that design, and they now allow up to 90 seconds for the Reels, but the Reels are just a cheap ass. Like most of the time, Reels and shorts are just ripped off of TikTok.
Oh my god, Jarbo, can you please read John Hodgson's thing, but do it with the China thing? No, the other one, the one that says China twice. Say it like,
Okay,
it's
Trump.
I'm not gonna China. You trust China? Dude,
China.
okay, for one,
Say
if
it
you're on
correctly.
Facebook, your fucking data's
China.
already taken and fucking bought and sold without your knowledge, your consent,
China.
or you getting a pretty
I have a
goddamn penny
great
of it.
relationship with China.
Do you trust the China source code? You trust
You get the China virus.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Thank you, making Star Wars. The China virus is correct because guess where it came from? China.
TikTok.
I don't know
Disney
why.
is going to send Star Wars to China.
When he said China.
I don't know. I mean, look, the thing is, like, social media takes your data. Like, if people mad at TikTok does it too, but it's like everything you do takes your data. Like, the best thing Apple has ever done, in my opinion, was give you the opportunity to opt out of your data being given to Facebook, which cut into their marketing. Absolutely cut into their marketing. Like, all the cookies, they track everything. Every website you go to that has cookies, they track your movements, they track your clicks.
YouTube, baby.
Yeah, they track all your shit. And then they use it to sell advertisements back to you. This is how it operates. I'm not saying I like it, but that is literally what you do. You can go, fucking TikTok is cancer. But if you go and use anything else, like, look at like targeted ads. There's a reason why those ads are targeted to you.
Yeah, but it's targeted to me by red-blooded Americans.
By the way, guys, we're not making fun of China. We're making fun of how Trump says it because he's dumb. That's what we're making.
No,
we're not
like,
trying to offend anyone. We're making fun of Donald Trump because that's how he said it.
To be fair, I actually don't feel like people here are going to care if you make fun of China as a country. I mean, H-Barts is like gearing up to, like, you know, come in with some spicy hot takes.
China's a beautiful country, though.
I'll tell you this. I mean, Iran is an insane shit show for fucking religious fundamentalism. Have you ever seen any of the natural beauty out of Iran? I'm like bummed I'll never be able to see it. Like, there's some truly beautiful shit there.
Oh,
that, like, I'll never be able to travel.
Been going on there. Like, I've seen a bunch of TikToks from like Iran, and it's absolutely disgusting. It is absolutely horrendous what they're doing over there. Like, especially at night when they're going in raiding houses. Like this one clip I saw, you could literally just see this the soldiers running down the street, breaking into houses, and you just hear everyone screaming and just rapid gunshots. It's insane.
No, there's a lot of craziness over there. You know, we are very fortunate to live in the United States, despite our problems. Despite all of our issues that we do need to work on, we have a lot of privilege to live here.
But we're better off than a lot of other people. So
yeah, so we can get into these petty online bullshits about like who's gonna be the next fucking Superman, and over there they're just like, you know, Mama, Papa, are we gonna die tomorrow? Like,
no, they're like women are just like, I just want to go to school, get an education, but you know.
Here we go. This one's for Saggy. It's unfortunate that Andy Signore is going to get away with being a sexual predator again.
Whoa. That is bullshit. I'm gonna.
Yes and no. Yes and no. Mainly, I mean, I will just say this: things aren't looking too good in paradise on that side of the planet.
Things are looking great. Okay, why don't you get me on? Why don't you?
Can you at least try to do the voice? Can you at least try?
No,
that's doing no effort with the joke.
Do you know who Andy Signore is, Jason? Have you ever heard that name before?
Yeah, I mean, didn't he like clear his name the first time?
Yeah, I'm part of it. Now there's new things, and these new things are, you know what? I'm gonna defer that to Saggy, who's got more info on that than I do.
Hey! Add me on Telegram, okay? Making Star Wars.
Okay.
Long story short, I have been covering his crappy behavior for a while, and oh boy, was I not prepared for all the ladies that came to me and said, "Oh, you have no idea how bad it got." And I made a very funny, hilarious video of him. You know, he sent to a girl of him, you know, doing what guys do and probably shouldn't send to women who aren't their wife or significant other. Just saying. I mean, he said it was a deep fake, so I think I'm in the clear. He said it's a deep fake.
Are you able to present the edit to us again?
No, I don't want to get. You know, I realize the song I use, it gets like partially banned in like 2 countries that no one gives a shit about. But it does get copyright claimed, and it was funny. But yeah, he's apparently threatening to sue me for revenge porn, even though I showed nothing.
Hey! I'm not threatening. I am fucking doing it. Okay, it is revenge porn. Oh wait, shit! I missed that. You know that. It's
no,
real.
He said it was a deep fake.
It's a deep fake. Yeah. Exactly. I changed my tone. I said revenge porn because if I said revenge porn, then it would actually make the allegations true, and it's revenge porn.
Yes.
So I changed my tone.
I partook in criminal activity. for showing making a parody of his face of him doing some
the long and short of it is the allegedly part, Jason. I'm just gonna confirm.
You
I'm
mean
just
the
gonna
chode of it?
Is it a chode? A chode is a hard shit, not a tiny penis. A chode is a hard shit. I don't know what you'd call a tiny penis. I don't know what's the Urban Dictionary for tiny penis.
I'm pretty sure that's a chode.
No, a
Urban
chode is called a
Dictionary.
tiny, big, thick peepee.
What?
A tiny, thick peepee.
A chode is a shit.
No, oh my god, I'm gonna slap the friggin' smack taste out your mouth, bro. I can't. It's literally.
Okay.
Fucking boomer.
I was always told that chode was a
Get
shit.
together,
According
boomer.
to Urban, fuck off. I was told this by a boomer. So maybe this. Okay, so a chode is a penis that is wider than it's longer.
Yes, it's short. It's a short, wide. It's a short, thick dick. Is basically what a chode is. It's small, but it's thick. That's what a chode is.
Micro penis.
Well,
Thank you, Anthony.
No, it's not a micro. It's just
I
really.
mean-
It's below average and just really thick. That's what a chode is.
So it's like a beer can.
Basically, a small beer can, not like the long ones.
Okay,
Andy
so
was
like
always
an 8
really
ouncer.
nice to me, but he never sent me a jacking video. So I guess I'm
And
not
you
You
just
know
had to
what?
have
You're
a
not
vagina.
in the right Telegram channels for that, Jason.
Oh god.
Maybe get in the right telegram.
You gotta suck up to him pretty hard and like.
Do you want to be a mod? Do you want to be a mod? I'll make you a mod. Join my
Is
Telegram.
there any chance that it is a deep fake and then they're putting
No.
It is not. It is not a deep fake. Listen,
Not a deep fake.
listen. If I was that talented, dude, I should be calling up Disney like, "Hey, do you need Han Solo back as a young version? Because I will deep fake the fuck out of that guy."
William, can you address William's comment? It's just the tip of it. It's just the tip of it, okay, William?
Yeah. No matter what when I tune in, we always end up at penis. Just the tip.
You're striking out, Jimbo. You're striking
You
out.
know.
Just the fuck up,
it is-
RJ.
It is what it is. All right, there's a couple more super chats to get to here. We still should get to the main topic of the night. All right. Okay, Tony here for 5. Thank you, buddy. Says, do you think Andor is a show people are sitting on for those who don't watch it? I don't know. I mean, like Jason, I know you've been covering Andor quite a bit. I mean, the show's amazing. It's like fucking amazing. And
it's the best thing they've ever done in my the Disney era Star Wars has ever done in my opinion.
yeah. Do
I
you
don't
think
care
that
for
our shut the fuck up? She doesn't care for anything though. If it's not like,
I like the Mandalorian, the Boba Fett. I even watched the friggin' God damn it! What the I can't. Wow, why am I throwing a blank?
Kenobi?
Thank you. I don't know why I
Yeah.
threw a blank on Kenobi, but yes, I even watched Kenobi.
Fake fan.
I thought Kenobi was okay, but I just thought it was unnecessary because, no offense, I don't give a shit about
Andor
Kenobi.
is a show for adults, though. Like, it really is. Like, it is a show for adults.
Society is confirmed not an adult.
Well, I mean, like, she's a drama channel. So if it's not like exciting and in her face, like a jacking video.
Okay,
Charles is stupid.
so drama channels can't enjoy entertainment and media. Like, was that what you're gatekeeping me now?
Kinda, yeah.
I
I'll admit it.
literally. What do you mean? We literally talk. I watched.
When's the last time you watched Schindler's List, Saggy?
What the fuck does this have
What the
anything to
hell?
do with it? What the
Because
Why would
it
I
is a
watch
thoughtful,
Schindler's List?
it's a dramatic, thoughtful retelling of a horrific part in human history. It's not like pew pew, bang bang, pew pew. You know what I mean?
I had family members die throughout that time period.
I'm just saying, like, when's the last time you watched it? Like,
You haven't even watched a single Rocky film. Shut your stupid mouth.
She's got you on that one.
I have a
man.
serious
Sorry.
question for making Star Wars. When are we getting another iteration of Thumb Wars?
Right? Man,
Like, I
remember
need
Thumb
this
Wars.
in my life, bro. It is great. Grocery
I did
Wars.
watch Wednesday. I did watch
I
Wednesday.
bought
Wednesday
it
was
at
great.
Suncoast. I was like, what is this?
Dude, it is like one of the finest pieces of cinema I've ever seen, and it's so underrated. Like, it is so creative and just ingenious. I love it. And they
Hey.
did Bat Thumb.
That's funny.
or
Hey,
Thumbtanic, or
Garbo,
Thumbtanic.
I have a
Yep.
question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever went back to your old streams when you were reviewing trailers of something that hadn't come out, and then you see it, and then you go back to watch what your thoughts of what the trailer and be like, "Damn, I was off about this." Have you ever done that? Because I was wondering because I think we talked about with the trailer for Wednesday, and I think we were kind of skeptical. At least I know I was at first, but I was like, it doesn't look too bad. And now I'm thinking like I want to find that stream and see what we said and be like, oh yeah, we were definitely wrong because it was so fucking good.
Unlike you boomers, I finished Wednesday on Wednesday. Okay, I got the full true experience.
You don't have kids. You're like 20, so shut the fuck up.
I'm actually
My
21,
daughter?
pussy.
Me and my daughter watched the first 3 tonight.
Okay,
Did
yeah,
you like it?
And I loved it. And I gotta say, the blonde friend would make the best Harley Quinn of all time.
She did have that Harley Quinn vibe. She
That is
did.
true.
She had the
I agree with
hair. She had the hair.
That is true.
She has
That
like
is true.
she has like the cartoon face. I don't mean like she's a
She has a
cartoon. but
quirkiness. She definitely has a quirkiness.
Yeah.
If she continues to grow as an
I'll tell you, it took me a little while
she'd do
to warm up to Bianca's character, right? Like at first I was like, but I like her by the end. That's the thing with Wednesday. It was a really solid show, all the way through, and
The actress nailed it.
she did a really good job. I do feel there's a couple moments where like they had to. Well, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like,
Yeah.
they've the show. Look, we watched it the other night. We did 4 episodes the other night, 2 episodes yesterday, and then finish it up this morning. Like my girlfriend like comes in, she's like 7 a.m. She's like, hey, I'm gonna go make breakfast. Do you want to watch Wednesday? I'm like, yeah, let's finish watching it. And then we're like, oh man, she's like, when's season 2? And I'm like, we don't know yet. So hopefully, I think it's doing really well. I think they're gonna give us a season 2.
Dude,
Oh, they definitely give us season
It's
2.
great, bro. I mean, everyone's like only focusing on the fucking dance scene, which is impressive because it's all improvised, but still, there's so many other great moments besides that scene that people need to start talking about because it's not just a fucking dance
that's
scene,
how
bro.
the internet works. They
Well-
grasp onto one scene and blows up, and then everyone else talks about it afterward.
That's what I'm saying.
thing
It's
I-
like the Eddie Munson shit. And that's what I'm saying. It's
Well,
gonna continue
the thing
to
I
Wednesday.
liked about Wednesday is because if you looked at the trailer and you got kind of like a little bit of the idea of what the show was going to be about, it kind of felt like I was like, oh, dude, please don't let this be like some sappy like high school drama shit that they always do with all these like shows based on like older stuff. And it really wasn't that like in your face high school drama
surprised
shit.
it
I
got
liked
as
the
gory
I
as
liked
they
what they
did.
did with it. Right, but me too. But I liked what they did with it. They made it more like a detective show, which I loved. I thought that was a great idea.
And they
It
brought
has
the
like
old
Veronica
Wednesday
Mars
actor.
vibes.
Yeah,
Right,
has
it did.
Veronica
as well.
Mars vibes, yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
did.
because I mean, like being from San Diego, Veronica Mars was filmed there, so like that's like a big thing for San Diegans. But yeah, like I'm watching this and I'm like, yeah, it feels like they turned into a true crime Riverdale type show. But you're like, all right, I can vibe it.
Shout out
And
to Nightingales, legends.
well, I made the joke on Twitter. I'm like, this show feels like the closest thing we're gonna get to a Harry Potter TV series. Given the world that's around it and everything else, it kind of feels like Nevermore is kind of like Hogwarts.
Normies.
Normies and
Right,
outcasts,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that
Right?
was
It's all like,
cool.
there's like, all right,
Fans, bro.
yeah, like it's all crazy. So to me, that again, I really enjoy it. I don't want to spoil it for Jason. He'll definitely have a lot of fun with it. I think your daughter will like it. The only I think like visually, like the show's really good. There's a couple problems I have. Like you could tell where like obvious green screen is kind of used, I think, but that might be in part due to the pandemic. But like, I mean, Thing is awesome. Like I like the kids she meets are great.
I have to come out with my truth, okay? I went to Nevermore for 2 semesters, and I didn't realize Uncle Fester was there, and he did some things in the beehive, okay? He did some things.
Get out. Kick
Thank
him
you.
out, bro.
Thank you.
Can we
Kick
kick
him the
Jimbo
fuck
out,
out.
please?
Kick
Can we
the fuck
please
out.
kick him
I
Did
out?
the
don't
light
know.
bulb
I don't
light
know.
up?
You are like
Get him outta
you are
here.
striking out tonight. So
Get him
bad.
out of here.
Get him out of here. All right, real quick. Couple
Hey,
more
at least
things
I'm
to
not
get
making. Never mind.
to. All right, yeah. Let's back off of that one. Gary Gear for $2. Thanks, buddy. He says we should do a trailer park for Uwe Boll films. Absolutely, that'd be a fun night. Those are always terrible movies. But I still stand by Postal is actually really good. So you check out Postal. Thank you for that. Benson for £5 says Jackson, going back to the Michael Jackson comment from before, was so upset at Eminem after that video mocking him. MJ bought his catalog. Eminem then had to get permission from Michael Jackson to perform his songs. Wow.
That's a fucking dude. That's
believe that.
legendary,
I've
bro.
never
I
heard
believe
that.
that.
But
Yeah,
Michael,
I
yeah,
believe that. He was pissed. I mean, he was pissed about that. It was what video was it? Oh my god, Without Me, that song where he did the Michael Jackson when he dressed up as Michael Jackson, the nose ripped off. Yeah, he was pissed.
Dude, that's some straight up legendary shit right there. I'm sorry, that's awesome.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was pissed.
And then Benson also for £5, thank you, says the money is the root of all evil. Timothy 6:10. Yet this is the start of the money grab in churches for the first week in Advent and their fantasy tale. Oh, that's right. Yeah. The we're coming up at Christmas time.
You know,
I got my brother's girlfriend gave my kids like 2 Advent calendars for Christmas. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with these? Like, you know.
Speaking of churches, you know what else? Wait, spread like herpes. What the hell? Your stream outlets boss tripping. I just saw that. I'm like, whoa, okay.
You just saw that?
Wait, like New Jersey herpes?
No, look. This is I programmed that. Spread HWAD like herpes. Hit the like now.
Okay, that's Jersey. Funny.
Well, no, you know what show I've been watching since I binged the crap out of Wednesday and watched it in one day? I've started watching Warrior Nun. At first, I thought it was stupid because it's like Warrior Nun sounds like a dumbass concept, but oh my god, I'm enjoying it for some reason. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty gory. And the action scenes with some of these women, they're like nuns who are ninjas. It's freaking crazy. And I'm like, dude, I like this concept. It's kind of like Supernatural in a way, but dude, if you guys have a chance, definitely watch Warrior Nun. I'm telling you, it's actually good. I thought I wanted to skip it because I'm like, Warrior Nun sounds like a stupid name and it's a stupid concept, but then I started watching because like, all right, it looks interesting. Season 2 just dropped. I was like, all right, let me take a watch, and I'm like, oh god damn it, I like this show. It got good action scene, dude. Well, nothing says awesome like watching nuns like be like whoop ass like ninjas do. Like it's great. Mother Superior.
Nothing's better than that. I mean, watching nuns in the shower would probably be better than that.
I'm sure you have done that.
You need
if they're hot nuns.
Matt. You need
I will say this. As depraved as some of the things I've seen on the internet are, I've never ever liked watching like someone dressed in like religious garb engaging in a pornographic experience. I'm like, you know what? That's a bridge too far. It's too taboo for me. It's a little too taboo.
You need your soul to be saved.
Bro, what do you mean?
Matt.
They have like
your soul needs to be saved.
They have like mother and son and mother and daughter shit. Like, what are you talking about?
Step bro.
What are you doing,
step bro?
They have twins. They do twins.
Why are you stuck in a washer?
Go ahead.
Stop getting
stuck in twins, like 2 sisters that look like women that look exactly identical. Dude.
Yes, I'm aware of what's out there now. And that's the problem.
It's sad when some porn plots are better than Black Adam. Sorry, let's continue.
Bro, don't you miss
sisters? Does that make them nuns by default?
Oh my god.
You know what's crazy though? I remember when porno used to have storylines, and they don't do that much anymore. I miss watching the cheesy storylines of porno. Like they try really hard.
Bro,
we were talking about that the other night too. Chris Bipolar Jedi and I were talking about that the other night.
But that's crazy. They used to have actual stories. Now they don't anymore.
They used to care, you guys. What's the plot?
Okay, I want to know what happens before she gets stuck in a washer. Okay,
come on. They took like movie production money to make certain porn films, and they don't do that shit anymore.
RJ, what do you think about porn? I just saw William's comment. I had to do it.
Absolutely nothing. I have no thoughts.
No comment. You plead the fifth.
You know when someone says that, you know it's like you know 2 girls 1 cup is just the tip of that iceberg, right? Like,
stop.
Why
don't you try my?
I heard RJ's into Fuda.
No, stop. What is this stream? What is this
my god!
Stream? Oh, I love it.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, Sir Jason. Hi, how are you? My name is Saggy. I'm very inappropriate.
Hi, Saggy.
we get into some shit here, man.
This is the first time I met him too, and I don't know what he thinks. I don't know what he thinks.
No, Jason's hung around me long enough to know my sense of humor, I think. So
I actually have the show on all the time.
Okay. Thank you.
I just don't make the comments all the time because I'm usually like washing dishes and stuff. You know.
Do you ever get stuck in the sink or below the sink?
Yeah, that happens sometimes, and then the weirdest things happen.
Wait, do we have a main topic?
There's actually
trying to get.
I'm just trying to get to the super chats, and then we get to that there. I know buried the lead like a motherfucker, but it's okay. It's okay.
This is more fun though.
This is more fun. Yeah, it is. It is. Let's see. This is here. It says, well, if Guillermo del Toro can get an Academy Award for a woman falling in love with a fish man, anything is possible. The fact that he got an Academy Award for a movie, it's not even that he got the Academy Award for Best Picture and I think Best Director or whatever for like the movie being about a woman fucking a fish. This the fact that the movie opens with her masturbating in a tub.
So
right?
Is that considered bestiality?
Kinda, but I mean, there's a film that came out called "This Film Is Not Yet Rated." It came out like 2006, I think. It's a documentary about how like the MPAA like hates women like coming. Like any kind of female pleasure is they will cut it to NC-17. But fucking Shape of Water opens up and like Sally whatever Hawkins is in the bathtub and she's just fucking flicking the bean, you know? And you're like, wow, okay, like you're going there right off the bat. Like,
we'll give her a gold statue, and let's see what happens next. That's what I say.
You know what? Rule 34, my friend. Rule 34. But what really always strikes me as odd is it's Doug Jones in the suit. And he is such a devout Christian. Like, he doesn't even swear unless it's in the script. But, like, it's funny because, like, he's there with her and she's fully nude. And they're going to go, like, make out. And, you know, like, it's a wide shot. So, like, obviously, like, there's, like, whatever. Like, they're not actually doing anything. But it's, like, that must have been such a weird, conflicting moment for his life, for him and his wife, you know? Like, hey, honey, so let me tell you about this movie Guillermo asked me to do. So, in it, I play a fish man. Not unlike Abe Sapien, but for copyright purposes, not Abe Sapien.
Oh, that movie. I didn't see that movie. I was very confused. I thought it was Abe Sapien.
I was like away from that movie, dude.
No, dude, The Shape of Water is fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm sure it looked
so
cool.
good.
I mean, Guillermo is a really good, I like all the stuff. He doesn't have a bad movie in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
He's very smart. Okay, I'll give it that.
He reminds me of I like that he reminds me of Hideo Kojima because they have very out there stories, which I like because that's why I like
also
Hideo
friends.
Kojima.
They're also friends.
Yeah, they are. That's why he was in Death Stranding. That's why his likeness was in Death Stranding. His voice wasn't in it, but his likeness was. But that's why I like people who tell out there stories because it's weird, but it's really good in a way. I don't know. I like weird shit. I mean, we all know that, and we all know Matt does too.
You are weird. It's okay.
Well, we know Matt's. We already know what's on Matt's search history, so like we know.
It's really not.
Two Girls, One Cup on repeat.
Darbo, one of these days you're just gonna show me to prove me wrong, but I'm gonna feel like you're never gonna do it. You know I'm right.
I don't think you're gonna be like as impressed as you think you're going to be, or you're not gonna be shocked. I'll tell you that.
I won't be shocked, but I mean, I probably would be like, yeah, I told you so.
Nah, it's really not even like it's pretty vanilla, you know.
Like you,
a lot of solo stuff, right?
That was racist, Jimbo.
Just saying.
Shut up, say.
Anyway, enough about my habits. Let's see. This is also says here, Jinx in Netflix's Arcane is a better Harley Quinn than Harley Quinn is right now, and that's just sad. I still need to watch Arcane. RJ, can you confirm?
Are you serious?
Arcane's amazing. I don't know why you haven't watched it yet. It's one of the best animated shows ever.
Right, like,
I haven't even seen Castlevania yet.
Oh my god. What are you doing with your life?
But I did watch Paradise PD.
What a waste of your time. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I like Paradise PD, but at the same time, like Arcane. Really, you'd rather watch Paradise PD?
Well, I was watching The Legend of Vox Populi. Populi, yeah, the fucking over there on Amazon. That's pretty good. I got like 2 episodes left of that to finish up, and then I'll jump over to fucking. Well, okay. So I was watching Vox Populi, and then Big Mouth season 6 dropped. I had to watch Big Mouth season 6, which I have finished, and I'm desperate for Human Resources season 2, and also season 7 of Big Mouth because I love that show. And and so then I'm like, all right, cool. And then I did start watching Inside Job, checking.
I love Inside Job.
It's taking a little bit to get going. Like, it's entertaining, but it's just kind of like, it's weird. I like Lizzie Kaplan, but I'm failing to hear Lizzie Kaplan, the main character.
I mean, it gets better after the first few episodes once you really get into it. But I will say this before I forget my point is like, I disagree with that comment about Jinx in Arcane being better than Harley Quinn, because the Jinx in Arcane is not the same Jinx from League of Legends. Like, the Jinx from League of Legends is definitely there with the craziness as Harley Quinn. But the Jinx in Arcade, it's like an origin story. She's not there yet. She just got there. So she's not where she is in the game, where I would say the game, yeah, she's definitely the Harley Quinn version in the League of Legends game. But in the Arcane version, no, she's not there yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like Arcane Season 1 really is like the origin story of Jinx. I felt like it did really, really, really well. I understand why they compared her to Harley Quinn, but like, they're just two very different characters, in my opinion.
Yeah, because Harley Quinn is the way she is because of her obsession and love for the Joker, and the Joker kind of molded her a little bit, whereas Jinx is kind of just crazy because of, something that happened to her as a kid. She ended up running with the wrong crowd, and there was some kind of, I would say, like, drug, we'll say, that kind of helped her become crazy. But yeah, in the beginning of Arcane, she's not on Harley Quinn's level yet. She's just starting off. She's still a kid. So,
and Aladdin, that's like the meanest thing you could ever say to Matt.
I know. Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to understand what he says here. Matt Jarbo went full Mad Max with today's topics. LOL, slow like a slug. I think my fucking thumbnail is funny. Yeah. And to be fair, I have been sitting on this for like the last couple days. It's just been, whatever. And then hold on, Ryan here for $2. I DM'd you video. Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you, Ryan. Just want to make sure that I did get that, because the kids have school in the morning. I don't have a lot more time. So let's take a quick look here at this whole article coming out. Bob Chapek shifted budgets to disguise Disney Plus's massive monetary losses. This is crazy, I think.
I feel it's not good. It's like this is Wall Street Journal, correct? Like, I heard about this. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Ouch.
Yeah. So, you know what? They got a video here. We'll just watch this.
I've never seen a comic book resources video before.
Their losses.
There we go.
Hollywood accounting strikes the House of Mouse. Hear how Disney disguised their losses today on CBR News.
This is so I don't have to read it.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to CBR News. I am Ryan PC Trimble. The entertainment industry is famous for using creativity in all aspects of movie making.
I like his mullet.
And now, a new report is showing us exactly how Disney Plus did just that. Despite the fact that Disney Plus boasts over 164 million subscribers, the streaming division of the company has lost more than $8.5 billion ever since it launched in 2019. So, according to the Wall Street Journal, former Disney CEO Bob Chapek ordered certain Disney Plus originals to air new episodes first on other networks. That way, their marketing and production costs could be assigned to those channels and moved away from Disney Plus's accounts. We saw this most recently when the first 2 episodes of the second season of the Mysterious Benedict Society aired as a special premiere event on the Disney Channel. Chapek's surprise removal was announced on November 20th, reportedly happening just as many of the company's brass were en route to an Elton John concert. A concert that, of course, was set to stream live that night on Disney Plus. For more on the end of the Chapek era, be sure to stick with us here at CBR Presents and CBR.com. For CBR News, I'm Ryan PC Trimble. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later.
So I have a question. What is the purpose of cooking the books like this and moving things around like that? Was it just to save money? Was it to not make Disney Plus seem as bad as it?
Shareholders. It was all about. It's all about the stock price. Is why. So I mean, I get that. Is that why they put Andor? Well, no, they didn't premiere it on everything.
No, I think they did that to raise awareness for the show, to be honest.
Yeah.
My whole thing is though, okay, so if you're cooking the books in this way, again for stockholders, if Disney Plus is losing all of this money, why is that? And is it ever going to be profitable for them?
I mean, I would assume at this point, if anyone knows how to make money, it's going to be, it's going to be fucking Disney, right? I mean, look, it's okay. 3 years, $8.5 billion. It's a staggering number, but at the same time, it's look how much Netflix is in debt. And they put out $20, $30 billion a year in content. You know what I mean?
How much of that money are shows in development that are currently being paid for that cost $100 million? Like if there's 10
I would say,
by Marvel alone, that some of that money can be accounted for like rationally, right?
Yes, I'm sure it can. I'm absolutely sure that it can. But it's just, I mean, again, to like, you know, because I've noticed that when it comes to the reporting of the numbers, they combine Hulu and ESPN Plus as well, you know, into Disney Plus.
It's probably to make it seem like it's doing much better than that. Like, not to say Disney Plus isn't doing well, but to stockholders, they want to seem like it's like reaching newer heights.
Well, they've tried arguing that I saw a headline that's like, oh, Disney has more, more subscribers than Netflix. And like, sure, Disney as a company has more subs overall than Netflix, but you can tell that they're trying to like manipulate the headline to be a certain way. I mean, like, I don't even know, like, in many ways, like how these shows, I don't understand how they actually turn a profit. You know what I mean? Like,
well, the goal is that you produce a bunch of content for your streaming platform that incentivizes people to want to come in and subscribe and stay. And the whole point is to having this diverse content library is that because there's a new Marvel or Star Wars show pretty much every single month, you're keeping people built in where they're going to stay subscribed and not leave. Because that's when you get into something called churn, which means people leave once the show that they're liking stops airing. So I don't know. Like, we're in a really weird period with like the whole streaming wars thing, right? Where it feels like we're kind of like reaching the end of it.
Well, I say this because I think, Grace ran an interesting point the other day, and I really hate to say that, but she did. She said, like, what Disney Plus should do is focus on the legacy content that it has, right? Like, it already has the legacy content. Like, if you were to go to most parents, and Jason, I know you got your kids, and I mean, like, do they watch Disney Plus pretty often?
Every day.
Every day. Now, is it a lot of it, is it Pixar?
With my son, a lot of it's Star Wars, and then with my daughter, it's just random. She just goes around and finds whatever. Yeah.
So it's like, my kids, we watch a lot of Pixar. Lightyear actually is their bedtime movie. If you want to wind them down, show them Lightyear, which is kind of weird, but there's that. I mean, my daughter wakes me up. She's like, I want to watch Bluey. So we watch a lot of Bluey. We watch a bunch of other stuff on there. It's mostly like those kind of major, like what's on the front page type stuff, that they're promoting. But then also like Netflix, my daughter loves Gabby Gabby. And also shout out to Benson for the Gabby Gabby toys he sent. The kids love them. Thank you for that. And so like, cause it's like they watch a lot of stuff on Disney Plus. I watch the Marvel, I watch the Star Wars stuff. I watch a lot of Pixar, and other things, like their animated content. But it's like, I think like, when they're like, oh, here's this movie called Sneakerella. Like, no, fuck off. Fuck you. Get rid of that shit.
Oh, that Sneakerella was like so bad. So I've heard a number of horrible things about that.
Yeah, like they dump it on Disney Plus, and you're like,
because it's filler content. It's just filler content.
It's just really, really ridiculous shit.
It belongs in China.
Like, it's just, like, I understand why they want to invest the money into it. I get that. But it's, like, look at things like Mandalorian. Like, Mandalorian does really well. The Marvel shows do really well. I do hope that under Bob fucking Iger, he kind of revitalizes the home entertainment division, where it's like, look, fucking put out the Mandalorian, these shows in 4K UHD. People aren't going to like, ditch Disney Plus because they got it in 4K. Like,
well, no, because they're going to want to watch the new seasons, but you do make more money off of the shows. Like, especially so like as a collector's edition of some kind, where it's like has like special goodies in it or something. Collectors would love that.
Well, I mean, I've got the first 2 seasons of Stranger Things in their VHS box set, right? I have the Blu-ray collection of both of those seasons, and they have it's like in the big VHS clamshell. Seasons 3 and 4, I mean, season 3 came out years ago. They never released it.
Yeah, I don't know why they stopped doing that.
And it's like, God damn it, you guys. Like, but the thing is, though, Stranger Things moves merch for Netflix. It moves merch.
It's their biggest merchandise.
Yeah. So, I mean, in Disney, it doesn't, you go to, I was watching, there's this one guy called, like, I think it's like Theme Park Steve or something. And he'll just like live stream from Disneyland, but he goes through all the different stores and like looks at all the prices. Like, dude, we all know they charge an arm and a leg for this shit, so they know they do.
But the smart thing that they do too, when you watch those theme park channels, are constantly updating the parks and new merch. New merch is coming in constantly. They're really good about that.
Yeah, No, I completely agree. Okay. Geek Primer says, is this going to lead to the return of Gina Carano? No.
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 Yeah. I don't know, Jason, have you even reported yet on what they're doing with that, by the way? How they're going to address that in the show? I don't even remember if you had or not, but I think it's funny. I don't know.
From what I understand, they're just not going to touch on it. That character actually hit a point where the character could end, and she becomes a ranger, and they're just going to leave it at that.
Oh, so they're not going to poochie her. They're not going to say she went back to Alderaan and tied the way there.
As far as I know, that doesn't happen. It's just she just won't be there. And we move away from that stuff and move towards Mandalore in the next season and those issues about the planet
that makes
itself.
Sense. Yeah.
So they have a pretty easy out with that, I think.
Yeah, I'm most excited for Christopher Lloyd. I can't wait for his character.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that.
I just want to see what's going to happen with Mandalore. Like what I'm looking forward to is Bo-Katan versus Paz Vizsla, because that's coming. Like, and that's going to be fucking epic. That's going to be epic, because she's going to claim the throne. Like it's she's going to earn it finally. She's having this is her third attempt.
I got that report is on my site.
Oh really?
I got what happens there. Yeah, I got.
Well, I'm not reading it. Well, I'm not reading it. Like Jason, I love you, buddy, but like, that's one of those things. Like later on, I'll go back. But like, because to me, Mando is, people. I see people talk all the time. They're like, oh, like what movies lately have brought you to tears? I'm all like, nothing. And like, what about shows? I'm all like, fucking Mando season 2 finale.
Right.
Like that shit brought me to tears. But then for some reason, it annoyed me in the Book of Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett made me cry because of how bad it was at some points.
I mean, that was the problem.
Yeah.
Listen. I liked half of Boba. Like I liked the first 2 episodes of Boba Fett. Like the last 3, the ones with Luke and all that. Those are great episodes. Like, dude, that one episode, and I don't want to get off on a tangent, but like the Mando episode where we see him in the butcher shop or whatever, and the episode with Luke and Ahsoka. 2 of the best Star Wars episodes ever, but it's like, why is it in this show? It's like, Dave, John, what are you doing?
Wasn't that the same episode?
No, they're 2 different ones, I think.
The Return of the Mandalorian was episode 5, and then it went into
next episode. And then the next episode was the Ahsoka Luke episode, because the Luke episode was all by itself.
Oh, right. I think for me, the biggest problem with Boba Fett was the fucking. I know they were trying to comment on the whole American graffiti, with the modders, the mods and shit. Yeah. And I was like, nah, dog. Like, nah, I can't do this. I can't do this.
I liked how Thundercat had a cameo. At least that was nice.
Yeah, he was cool. I liked everything in Book of Boba Fett. I just didn't like it together.
If they would, they should have had Cat. Like again. Tangent, but they should have had Cad Bane be revealed a bit earlier.
He should have lived. He should have fucking lived.
He's not dead.
He's not dead, bro.
No, his little thing is beeping. His life support.
Yeah, he's not dead. Okay, they purposely showed that, bro.
I love Cad Bane. I fucking love Cad Bane. So I am so hyped for Bad Batch season 2. Yeah. Oh, his entrance was awesome. And that, like, I was doing fist pumps in the air and shit. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is, you're right. Jason's right. There's a lot of really good in the Book of Boba Fett. It's just not all good together.
First of all, it wasn't even Book of Boba Fett. It was more like Mandalorian season 3 feating
season
the Book of Boba Fett.
Season 2.5.
Yeah, sorry, season 2. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
but then reuniting Grogu and Mando, I think, was a big problem. I think they shouldn't have done that.
I feel like they should have waited till season 3.
Yeah, we needed, and I love seeing them together because it's great, but it's also like,
right, but wasn't Book of Boba Fett supposed to be season 2 of Mandalorian, but they made it its own thing?
I don't know.
No,
that's what I had heard. I heard it was supposed to be the storyline was supposed to be Mandalorian season 2, but there were some issues, so they made it the Book of Boba Fett for some reason. I don't know, but either way, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not bothered that they reunited Grogu, because if you like, season 3 is pretty much, in my opinion, from what I've heard and seen, is going to be about, Mandalorian kind of getting to be, go back to becoming a Mandalorian again. And, having Grogu back is kind of, it was the whole point of the fucking show. Like Grogu and Boba Fett and, not Boba Fett, sorry, Grogu and the Mandalorian. Like that was the whole start of the show. So to keep them separated, they were separated in Book of Boba Fett. So it was kind of nice to see them get back together. So when season 3 starts, we don't have to be like, whoa, we got to spend a whole entire season of them reuniting.
Well, I mean, I understand that. I also feel like the addition of Mando and Grogu at Galaxy's Edge has something to do with it as well. Because look, I would argue, and maybe Jason will agree, disagree, I'm not too sure, but you look at, let's say, Mandalorian, it was Grogu that kind of fucking revitalized that, blew that show up.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
That little guy is everything to them, and that's actually, to relate it back to the Disney side of things, like how much are they bringing in revenue from the shows because of Baby Yoda and Grogu stuff, and like how much of that is a loss, like in terms of those numbers, like for Star Wars, like how do you equate any of these things? So that's why I'm not really sure how to even interpret the Wall Street Journal story at this point.
I think it's just, because again, like it's all with the pandemic and having the park shut down, there's all that revenue lost on the park side. And then they've also got, the cruise lines, and they've also got the hotels and the resorts, and now Galactic Star Cruiser, and how that's kind of failed to connect.
And
because
some people are also too like, oh, Marvel Phase 4 hasn't been hitting the same, which that's a whole other thing. But just like people are
and I do blame Chapek.
Oh, I do too.
For the runtime of both Doctor Strange and Thor: Love and Thunder. But I did just rewatch Doctor Strange a couple weeks ago, and I still love it. I still think it's great. I still think it's like fucking awesome.
I mean, dude, Phase 4 we had Shang-Chi and Spider-Man No Way Home, so we got some good stuff.
I mean, and Multiverse of Madness was good. Thor: Love and Thunder, I liked it. I feel like
it's like the most hated MCU movie ever.
It was very tonally off.
Yeah.
From what it needed to be. And I think again, the inclusion of the Guardians was cool, but Taika didn't know what to do with them. I mean, look, you look at the Guardians.
They were a little bit wasted, to be honest.
They were wasted. Then you watch the holiday special and you're just all no, okay.
We're at home.
Yeah, we're home. This proves that no one could handle the Guardians like James Gunn.
No, it just doesn't.
It doesn't feel right.
Probably after Guardians 3, maybe we should just let those characters retire and bring up new.
Shut your whore mouth.
No, I'm just being serious. Listen,
shut your whore mouth.
All good things must come to an end. Okay.
Who says Gunn? Just because Gunn isn't doing it, I mean, I'm sure that Gunn's going to be getting a call from whoever's doing it. Like, hey, can I get some advice? I don't think Gunn is
nice.
He's not. No, but it doesn't. It says he can't work on other stuff. No one said he couldn't be an advisor.
Well, okay.
I sound like Zod Rider saggy.
First of all, I sound sexier than Zod Rider. Let's be realistic here. But overall, I'm not. I mean, again, it's not out of the realm, and like I said, it's not a conspiracy theory. I'm just saying, it's not if I was. So, for instance, say I was hired to do another Guardians of the Galaxy movie, I'd be fucking dumb to not call James Gunn and say, hey, James, they gave this project to me. Could you give me some advice? And I guarantee you James Gunn would be like, yeah. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm that anyone who's going to step into those shoes wouldn't want to call James Gunn to say, hey, could you kind of maybe advise me on some, how, to make this good, because there's big shoes to fill. Why wouldn't he?
Well, I think they're going to go another direction with
a brand new team of characters.
Yeah, I mean, but then again, they might also just kind of retire the Guardians for right now as a full team. I mean, and then bring them back for the bigger events, because they have a full slate. They have an absolutely full slate. So it's
is there room for more Guardians right now? Anyway, that's what you got us too.
That's a big thing. So we don't know. But I mean, I feel like they're, now that Phase 4 is over, and we can start kind of really figuring things out.
I want to put things in perspective though too. Iger's only going to be back for 2 years. So I don't know how many changes he can really do in just 2 years' time. I'm excited he's back. I'm just saying, keep it in perspective. He's not here forever. So
I think he will accomplish what he needs to accomplish. Real quick here. Okay. Also, sorry, a couple of things here. HWAD for $5. Thank you, buddy. I'm behind in the stream, but I just got to the Iran part. I hope one day China, Russia, and Iran are free someday. Yeah, we all do, buddy. We all do. We all want them to be free.
Freedom. Fuck yeah.
America. Fuck yeah.
I knew you were gonna do that dumb shit.
Coming again the same motherfucking day, yeah.
I
Listen,
knew it.
fuck you. All right, for one, like
Oh, fuck
you,
both
Saggy.
of you in the fucking
Fuck
ass
you,
with a
Saggy.
hot soldering iron, you bitches.
I bet you make that content for OnlyFans. Shut the hell up.
I'm a nun.
Jason, oh no. Wait, are you sexy nun?
That's an eye of the beholder.
So
Do you want to try
Jason,
some of my Eucharist?
Listen, Jason's
so
live every
Jason's
day on his
starting
YouTube
to
channel.
so
So
Jason's starting on OnlyFans when?
Right? Here's my galactic feet pics. Who wants them? Hey, it's the Comic Binge.
somebody
try my Eucharist.
somebody probably does. I don't know. That's the thing I don't get is like I have friends who sell their feet pics and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not for me. You know, I don't know.
One time I had a friend who was into that. And I asked him, I said, like, what is it? And he's like, I don't know. And then he was like, what? And then another day he's all, I was thinking about it. And he's like, I've never been able to really look a woman in the eye. And I think that's why. I think I like associate their feet with them as opposed to their face. And I was like, okay, you know.
So women just look like feet to him?
I guess. I mean, I kind of understood the logic of what he was saying in that way. I'm not if I was a feet guy, I'd be like, hey, I dig him. I'm not a feet guy, but yeah. So that was kind of how it worked for somebody I knew who was into it.
Feet are fucking gross. I'm sorry.
I agree.
I don't understand it.
wow, yeah, I don't know.
Why'd you say wow? Like you were like shocked that I said feet are gross, RJ.
I'm just saying, I don't know what's on your OnlyFans.
Yeah, like I heard once that, and this is I don't believe it, but like I heard from a friend a long time ago that like if you were to suck on a woman's toes, it's like the equivalent for them of like getting a blowjob. Like that's the sensation.
What?
Like, that's what I heard. I have no idea because I've never done it.
Dude,
no, I did one time.
Dude did that
was
to
like,
me once, and I kicked him in the fucking face.
Yeah, no, I did do it one time, but I don't remember the results of it.
Well,
that was a
clearly,
weird, that
if you
was
don't
a
remember,
weird
he
night.
got kicked in the head.
No, that was just a weird time. Like, I was around a lot of meth heads. I wasn't doing meth, but I wasn't sleeping a lot either. Maybe I was getting a second.
Feet
hand.
are disgusting.
Wait, Matt, does that mean that you were hanging around with Neurotic?
No. This was
not that method. Okay,
not that method. There's a lot of meth heads out there, RJ. You know, there's a lot of people out there do meth.
This is saying you missed their super chat.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna get to it. I just haven't
okay.
really. Okay, and he says here, I only watch most streaming shows on Blu-ray. Well, that's good, man. Support. Physical media. Which is this is a good time too. Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday sales.
Yeah, I know.
Good
a lot
time.
Of good sales right now. So
I'm probably not going to get. I don't know if the only one I've seen that I kind of want to get is I have Edge of Tomorrow on 4K for like $10. I might go get that tomorrow.
By the way, Matt, are you going to review Willow? Comes up this Wednesday.
Yes.
Ooh, I've seen it.
Oh, can you talk about it?
Oh yeah, You said you saw like 4 episodes, right?
No, I've seen. I'm not allowed to talk about them, but I've seen 7 of the 8.
Oh wow! So
and I was able to give social media impressions of the first 3, and my social media impression was it's good, and it starts good, but then once it starts to play Inner Sandman, at one point I kind of got pissed off.
Wait,
yeah, you heard me, man.
I'm sorry. What
project?
Listen, he has to be vague, so I understand.
Yeah,
that's
it starts off with the music is very much in the Willow, like James Horner kind of stuff, right? And then at the end of the credits, you get like an indie song in the first episode. And then they slowly start to bleed modern pop music into the show.
But
like into the show or into the end credits?
Into the show itself.
Oh my god.
Like
there's a big reveal in the 3rd episode. You get the big reveal. And then doom do 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 starts to play. And I love Willow, like I love Star Wars, and like I love Indiana Jones. And I didn't cry, but if I was a crier, I would have cried because I felt crushed. I was like, how dare you? Why did you do this?
Right. That's weird.
And I
Also,
watched the show 4 times after that, and I'm getting used to it. The show is good outside of that, but that is a hard thing for me to get past.
All right, so that's going to be one. That's going to be one where.
Well, now I notice that my brain in that mode.
Yeah,
because I'm really excited for Willow, but like if it's got like some weird music choices.
Well, it's kind of like
that. I love it.
Well, okay, but it's so. What is up with Paint It Black being used everywhere now? Right, it was in Black Adam. It's in Wednesday. You know, it is.
People like recognizable songs in the media. That's all.
Yeah, but it's like I just find it funny where like because in Wednesday a lot of they do weave like Nirvana, like a cello version of Nirvana into an episode, but it like and you pick up on it, but you're like okay, but that's different though. Like Wednesday's contemporary,
but it's modern.
Yeah,
but it's also based in modern time.
Yeah, so that's kind of.
And my take was they could have met us in the middle here. They could have done Inner Sandman on a fucking lute or something. And I'd have been like, I guess.
So I don't know. I was told back in the day, because like, you know how a lot of the same songs were always used in almost every movie. And I was told back then it was like mainly a copyright thing where like that was like the song they used because they had the copyrights to it, especially like studios that had the rights to use those songs. They would just reuse it in their different projects, which made sense to me. So maybe that's also why we're hearing a lot of the same type of tracks, because whatever studio has the rights to the song, they'll just try to use it because they are basically paying for the rights to use it. So why not reuse it in other projects, whether it's a remix or whatever. So that does make sense. Maybe that's why. It's because for copyright reasons why they use the songs as much as they do. That's
what's happening with Nirvana right now. Was a few years ago, Courtney Love and Frances Bean sold the catalog off, and it's owned by some corporation. Can't remember what they're called now, but they started this like project to only show Kurt Cobain smiling and to start to release the music into film and television. So right now we're seeing like that with the Batman and the Wednesday Addams show and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they always do that. And then once it starts to get out there too much, it starts to get cheaper. The ability to rent or to buy the song for the show becomes cheaper. Then they pull back and then they stop. They put a stop on it. They stop sharing it. So I think that's why Paint It Black is in everything, because whoever's controlling the Rolling Stones music is probably really trying to get some profit off of it right now.
See, this is why I like video games, because a lot of video game companies, they'll use like music that's not mainstream, right? Like I've got introduced to so many amazing artists because of video games, because they use like indie music, like for something like Overwatch, right? Their little cinematic trailers. I got introduced to a really amazing Japanese woman rapper because of one of their trailers they dropped for one of the characters, because it was a banger. And I like that because they don't have to pay them that much either, because they're not well known. And it also introduces more people to music that they've never heard before. So that's why I love music. I love soundtracks and everything.
Yeah. I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy in the end. I mean, there's not too many times that it's really bad. Like I would even say that Willow's the songs that they pick, which I probably can't say, but the songs that they do use throughout the 7 episodes are all fairly good songs. It's a good playlist. It's not modern though. It's like the idea is that they wanted to modernize Willow by picking my dad's music. You know what I'm saying? It's like not even like current music that they're picking and putting into it, and then it's also a cover on top of it for most of it, or for some of it anyways.
Yeah,
it's not Metallica, it's a cover of Metallica. So it's like the Disney-fied version of Inner Sandman, which makes it even cringier. It's not like the recent ones that just came out on that Metallica box set with like Phoebe Bridgers doing it or something like that, which I wouldn't have liked that either, but I would have preferred it.
I miss the days where they like, I know they still do it, but they don't do it as much as they used to, when like artists, they'd have artists make like original tracks for a lot of movie projects. They don't do it as much. Like they still do it, they just don't do it as much as they used to. Like back in the day, every single movie that came out had a well-known or famous artist of the time, or make a song specifically for the movies. They don't do it as much anymore. That's so disappointing, because like I said, they still do it here and there. Like I know, didn't Rihanna do a song for Wakanda Forever? Like I miss it when they always did it for every project. Now they're just getting friggin' lazy and cheap with it.
Well, when the Willow film came out, that was still, I mean, even Howard the Duck had a song on the radio, And like, but with Willow, they purposely did not do that. So it's not like they're even like honoring like a legacy, like where like Willow had a, you know, a song by Berlin in it, like Top Gun or something. So that's where I just don't know what they were thinking, but
they were like,
that's
"Hey,
gonna be."
They were like, "Hey, Stranger Things did Metallica, and it worked out for them."
Yeah, I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot, and I'm like, yeah, because you know, like Kate Bush and Stranger Things, great use of Kate Bush. I love Kate Bush. It was great to see it in there, and that girl would listen to Kate Bush. Unfortunately, Willow and Mad Mardigan have never heard Metallica.
Right, but they fit for Stranger Things too because it was based in that decade.
So, yeah.
Well, what's funny is what was the song Eddie played? It was Master of Puppets, right?
Yeah, it's Master of Puppets. Yeah.
That song came out like roughly 3 weeks before that event took place in the timeline of the show. Like the actual release of that song, like, but no, like the time frame of when the events happened in Stranger Things season 4, 3 weeks before then, roughly in real life, is when that song came out.
That song was like brand new.
It was brand new. So like the idea that Eddie would have already known how to play it is pretty high. You know what I mean? It's like you could probably guess that like he would sit at home and like heard it on the radio, go, "Oh my God," and like taught himself how to play it in a couple weeks, you know.
That scene was still the most, oh my God, I get chills. That scene. I've watched that scene over and over on YouTube so many times.
Do you want to ruin that scene? Do you want to ruin that scene?
Don't ruin that scene.
Watch it. Go watch, look it up, like what Dustin would have actually heard.
Oh my God, I'm gonna do that right now, dude.
It's just like the guitar. It's just the guitar
through like a practice amp.
Yeah. Some guy too. What is it? Some guy actually on TikTok figured out that it was Master of Puppets a week before the episode actually came out because they showed the playing guitar, and he looked at the chords and he was able to figure out like what it was based on the yeah. And he was like, "Oh yeah, he's playing Master of Puppets," and you know he fucking explained. He's like, "Holy shit." You know, that was pretty fucking funny. But all right, guys, it is midnight. I don't have a lot more time because the kids got school in the morning.
Yeah.
So we can do this real quick on the other thing here. Mo here for 2. Thank you, buddy. So speaking of games, Sag, you remember Jarbo hates Metal Gear Solid. I don't hate Metal Gear Solid. I think that Kojima is pants on head stupid sometimes and like needs to like have someone tell him no.
Yeah. Or we're gonna be here all night if we get into Metal Gear Solid. We don't want that.
Yeah, I don't want to get in that. So
we're talking about some dumb shit. So
okay, you know, Jason, have you followed anything with this whole James Gunn taking over DC shit? Like the drama with that right now?
No, I just knew it happened, that he was like co-running it with some other dude. That's all I heard.
Yeah, it's been crazy. There's a scooper by the name of Mikey Sutton and Celeb.
My ears are fucking bleeding.
And yeah, so Saggy, you put out this tweet yesterday. Like,
oh yeah, what happened? I'm sorry, my ears were bleeding, so I have to look that shit up.
This is I did talk about your last super chat. We talked about physical media. I did.
That was someone else.
No.
Apparently.
Oh, that is his. Which one did I miss? That no. Okay, Jinx. Yeah, no, we talked about Jinx and Arcane. Did I miss one? Let me go back and double check. Because I don't want to miss any of them, but I thought I grabbed everything. If you're talking about, sorry, it was up here. I'm sorry, buddy. Wait until you see the original comic book that Netflix Warrior Nun is based off of. Let's just say sexy Warrior Nun outfits. Look it up. All right, I'll look it up. Sexy Warrior Nun outfits. All right. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Sometimes it gets away from me.
Yeah,
and horrible, Matt.
Oh, I have a crying child. I'm gonna have to go and put her to bed. But I thank you everyone for letting me hang out with you guys tonight.
Of course. Thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, anytime you want to come back, dude. 100%.
Dude, I love you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
See you later, buddy.
Bye.
All right.
Cool guy.
Oh, sorry,
all right. I'll see if I can. Okay. All right. I don't know. We'll see. I'll bring it up real quick.
So Saggy put out this tweet and dropped like this massive receipt. So I want to play her video first because this actually got a lot of traction. This is the Cool Table the other night responding to some things going on. They were pretty upset about this whole James Gunn thing. And look what Necron had to say about James Gunn.
You always saying you like metal and this and that. How come you always playing bitch ass hair metal in your fucking shows and Peacemaker, dude? Come on, man. Play some fucking real metal like fucking Venom or something, you fag. I mean, goddamn, man.
There goes
Playing
those
that hair
abusive
metal
tactics.
shit. Playing hair metal. Come on, bro. Really? Who listens to that anymore? Sorry.
Nah.
I'm gonna turn
You
myself up.
good? Yeah, you good? Fuck
Look,
at
Jesus
this point,
Christ.
no, bro.
Yeah, I love how they instantly, as soon as he said it, they start laughing really hard. Like Leon laughs, and then he's like, "Sorry." He's like, "No, you're good." Yeah.
Caden had another video that showed a little bit more.
Yeah.
I wanted to share, which is kind of funny. He did like this little edit with you and Jimbo.
By the way, I want to say too, like they're very unapologetic. They're like, "Oh, RJ's trying to cancel me." Like, first of all, you'd have to be somebody worthy of canceling. So no, it's just pointing out the hypocrisy. Yeah, pointing out the
homophobia.
Well, today in Max's chat, El Necron showed up, be like, "I was drunk, guys. I said that word just because I was drunk." But then he also said, "But you guys support James Gunn, who hosted pedo parties." I'm like, bruh.
Okay, buddy.
Look,
Yeah,
they were
nice
just
deflection.
supporting James Gunn when he announced he was, again, it makes no sense. These people are friggin' weird. They are unhinged and they are very, very tapped. And I think it's always funny to call them out because they get so triggered. They do like 5-hour streams about it.
Yeah, Matt, can you pull up my screen real quick? I want to share this too. Okay.
Yeah.
So Isaac posted this stupid meme of like a Geekosity trash can.
Oh my god.
And then Nicotina dropped this. I have not seen this. I have not seen this clip, but he said, "Well, now we know where Soul Nation stands when it comes to James Gunn." So I want to see what this is.
I think we're back to where we were before Gunn got announced as the DC head. It's like, yeah, we don't like Gunn and we fuck with The Rock. I think we're just back at that point. Like, sorry, you did this to yourself, Gunn. We all look favorably on you being hired, and you did this to yourself. You took the only publication that's been helpful and hopeful this past, 3 to 4 years in the DC. Darkness for DC, especially, and made me look at James Gunn favorably. He comes at their throat. It's like, bro, you don't.
It throws his hat in with people who are dumping and dunking on it all the time.
Okay, homophobe.
Well, that's part of it too. Like they're saying that because James Gunn attacked Geekosity, now they're gonna rock with The Rock. I'm just like, what? But here's Caden and Chimbo's video.
Always saying you like metal and this and that. How come you always playing bitch ass hair metal in your fucking shows and Peacemaker, dude? Come on, man. Play some fucking real metal like fucking Venom or something, you fag. I mean, goddamn, man.
There goes
Playing
those
that hair
abusive
metal
tactics.
shit. Playing hair metal. Come on, bro. Really? Who listens to that anymore? Sorry.
Nah.
I'm gonna turn
You
myself up.
good? Yeah, you good? Fuck him. At this point, bro. Stupid, bro. They playing checkers, dog.
It was at this moment.
How you lose that?
He fucked up.
Checkers, by the way.
Anyway,
How you lose that checkers?
I'm partially British. I was just talking about cigarettes. So I need some cigarettes.
There you go.
You dummies, you had us where you wanted it, man.
Right.
You done fucked up.
Right. We were ready to galvanize and James.
What?
I know.
What the hell are you? No.
So Necron.
Well, I've got this.
That slur, and then I want to share this too because Sill's getting roasted for this tweet because they're really upset. They're really upset about this whole James Gunn thing. And Sill put out a tweet today about James Gunn saying, some of y'all need to stop tagging James Gunn, involving him in your petty social media games. And he's getting eviscerated. People are just tagging James Gunn, being like, someone's jelly. I admire studio exec. I think I'm out, Sill. I know it's gone into you. I'm sorry to wish you all the best. And then a bunch of you mad, bro. Just people just going at Sill for this, being like, no, we like that James Gunn's responding and communicating with us. So I don't know, man. This whole thing's getting crazy.
Like I said, if James Gunn was saying shit that they liked, oh hey, Zack Snyder's coming back. I talked to Zack on the phone, and I think you guys will be happy to know what we talked about. They'd be all sucking James Gunn's pee-pee. right? But because James Gunn,
DC.
right? But as soon as James Gunn said, "Hey, I don't know if you're being lied to or you're purposely lying, but like y'all don't know what the fuck you're talking about," now they're like, "Oh well, fuck James Gunn. We're gonna rock with The Rock." I hate to break it to you, but The Rock has no fucking say in what's going on. It's literally James Gunn and Peter Safran. So you can rock with The Rock. The Rock can't do shit either.
Wait, what is this?
This is what Rational sent. It's only 6 seconds.
Oh, I heard about this. Yeah.
Is this what he says he's a terrorist and shit?
Yeah, just hold on. Let's watch it.
I thought.
So fresh. I'm starting to fucking turn into a terrorist. So fresh. I'm starting to fucking turn into a terrorist.
There's another clip too where that Savage Bat guy says that if James Gunn's slate doesn't hit or it's not what he wants, he's gonna shoot up a place. But then they bounce
These
back.
guys
Like,
are
I'm just joking, guys.
mental.
I'm just joking.
Yo, these dudes are really insane. Like it's just movies, bro.
Like, bro, like literally, like losing. Like, I don't care if you're drunk or anything. Like, still, you're losing your shit over a fucking movie to the point where you literally say a homophobic slur, and then this guy is probably so fucking out of his goddamn mind because of DC not getting what he wants. He just, makes a threat and calls himself a terrorist. Like, bro, are you serious right now?
Well, okay, so you guys got to for one, like I think, look, we need to recognize and realize that look, they don't look, they're in an echo chamber. They don't fucking care. All right, like, have you ever gone and read the Savage Bat's Facebook? It's public.
No,
it's public. You can go and read
it. It's pretty bad.
All right, you can read it. And like he said shit, and when he gets called out, he's like, "It's my fucking Facebook. I can post what I want." These guys are fucking middle-aged boomers that hang around with a whole bunch of like younger guys all bitching about comic. Wait, hold on, that sounds like me. Fuck. I mean, like, no, but like these are like all these guys do is they huff their own farts. Like they don't allow for different opinions. They look
but
to
this
sit
is
like
getting extreme, man. Like,
this is what
really
you guys got.
bad.
This is the whole thing. This is what Mikey does. This is what Mikey does. Like, Still's a hype guy, but Mikey has come on in and like, to these guys, like who've like, to be fair, let's just be real for a second. Like, these guys have never really had anything in regards to online popularity. They've always been the fucking part of the flock, right? They've always just been that. So now they're in a position to where it's like they showed loyalty to Sil and to default Mikey. And so then Mikey rewards them with love bombs. Like, you guys are great. You guys are amazing. You're the real
gives
deal.
Them insider information.
Gives them,
you guys are the real
shit.
heroes, like some
sort of thing,
shit.
right? Yeah. And so they stan his ass hardcore. And so now they feel like almost like, oh no, he's in their corner. We're untouchable. And I'm like, dude, I can tell you this right now. Like, he'll fucking ditch your ass the moment you no longer are a thing for him. Right. Because that's how he is.
Are you surprised that Sil's getting so much pushback publicly now?
Well, here's the thing with this, right? All you got to do, humility goes a long way on the internet. Okay. Humility goes like, I had a lot of hot takes about Henry Cavill, right? A lot of hot takes written about in TMZ. When we got the confirmation about fucking being in Black Adam, what'd I say? I said, I guess I'm wrong. I'll take the L. Right?
I don't remember that.
And I had a lot of people fucking comment on that going like, oh, that's the bigger man. Right? Like, that's the bigger man and shit. And I still take that L. I'm like, yeah, I said he wasn't coming back. I was totally fucking wrong. Cool. I'm glad I'm wrong. But that's the whole point, though, is like, you have to be open to being wrong. These guys aren't. They like, Sil will be like, look at my record. Look at my record. Yeah, what, your 4.8%
What was
success
Necron's
rate?
response for us calling him out for being a homo?
Oh, he said that nobody cares and that he could, like, he was saying that the Scooby Gang's trying to cancel me. I'm going to tell him to suck it.
No accountability for his fucking actions. Like, see,
but then Jimbo, he goes into Max's chat and then tries to label all of us as pedo apologists because James Gunn.
Coming from really? Oh my gosh!
But all right. So let's start. Let's check out this thing from RJ here, and let's wind this down.
Because Rational wanted me to share this.
I don't know what this is, so let's hope it's not porn.
Oh God, I'm scared.
Why is Gunn replying to accounts that hate Sil? I hate calling out people like that. Yo, look, man. Here's the thing. Motherfuckers can sit there and he can be in whoever's replies and mentions and threads that he want to be. But all that shit shows is what you own, bro. It shows your mindset, bro. You in here a fucking MCU dude that's the head of the DC Studios, or co-head of DC Studios right now, and you sitting there in people's threads that said Henry Cavill was never coming back, bro. That sit there and talk shit about Zack Snyder and the Snyderverse and the Snyder Cut for years upon years upon years. And the first thing you do when you get in the DC Studios head is, before you even drop a slate, you in these motherfuckers threads though, bro. What are we doing right now, bro? Did we really just go on a
Thanksgiving weekend like everyone else is, you dumbass?
Here's the funny part, right? Like these weirdos think that these directors know or really care who the fuck we are. They're replying to random accounts. They don't know who we are.
It's called marketing.
Well,
Right,
it's because James Gunn has repeatedly interacted with me, so they think.
But my point is, my point is though, James Gunn doesn't fucking know us. They don't know the beefs on the internet. They're replying to everybody, like anybody that has a fucking actual.
Exactly.
Are they jealous that James Gunn doesn't give a flying fart about them?
James Gunn has been doing this since before Suicide Squad. I have had multiple tweets answered by James Gunn when Suicide Squad was coming out, because that's what he does. He engages with the fans and promotes his film that kind of way. Like it's a simple thing, like interacting with fans. Like you're making these content for fans, and of course that's what he's doing. He's interacting with fans. But I think it's just because these guys aren't getting that same traction with James Gunn, and they're just fucking crying about it. Like ever since
I think they feel
debunked by James Gunn.
Yeah, they feel
it's like,
threatened,
bro,
because he
just
debunked
fucking chill out.
Well, Matt, when they liked your tweet, Matt, they literally lost their mind saying, "How could he like that tweet from the Autumn Snyder dude or whatever?" Like,
yeah, well, I mean, like, again, like, I mean, the thing is, look, with James Gunn, like, I put out a tweet today that said, you know, like, I admire James Gunn for just kind of, you know, being happy about it, right? Like, he's got a ton of reason to be mad, but the best revenge is living well. So salute, you know, and like, that's it. Like, and that's a true state. Like, I really believe that. And he liked it. He liked the tweet, you know, and but he did respond to it
with some of the replies. Like I sent a reply in the DM group of, obviously about the holiday special, but the thing is, like, even like I was gonna bring this up before, like how when you made that joke about Autumn, like they were.
It wasn't about Autumn. It wasn't about Autumn.
Well, it's just stuff like that. But it's like that situation. Like they're on your ass for fucking months, but now Necron makes a homophobic slur, and it's just like, wait, what? What's going on? It's like, bro, what is this double standard shit?
It's all.
Share my screen.
All right, what is this?
So here's the thing, right? So here's James Gunn replies. Look, 6 hours ago, replied to somebody who has, wow, a whopping 7 followers. Wow, imagine that. What other replies? What other replies is James Gunn given to people? Oh, wow, Pizza Man, how many followers you have? 90 whopping followers. Oh, my God, what about Nate here? Oh, wow, 2 fucking followers. Oh, my God. James Gunn replies to people on social media. That means he totally... Oh, my God, this guy has 0 followers. Oh, my God. Like,
hey,
come on
maybe
now.
Just stop calling him fucking pedo and calling him the F slur. Maybe he would interact with you guys.
Like, come on.
But remember, hold on, though. These are the same people who complain that Warner Brothers and DC never communicate with fans. Now you have somebody who loves communicating with fans, and that's a problem. Now it's
because
like,
he's not communicating in the way that they want. That's the biggest
exactly because it's and then they're saying, oh, well, how would they communicate? Why is he engaging with all these people who hate Syl? Because he engages with anybody who has a comment that he feels like he wants to reply to. I mean, God forbid somebody sees a comment they want to reply to. Doesn't mean they know the person or they care about whatever's going on in their lives. It's fucking welcome to Twitter. Like, what else can I say? Welcome to social media. You guys must be new. This is how it works. Like, he replies to people who have no fucking followers. Get over it.
Yeah. I mean, he really does. And the thing is, like, I know, like, in Mikey brought this up on Sill's stream, like, oh, he talked to me. He talked to me a bunch on his Facebook page back in, like, 2017.
He didn't talk to him.
But it's like, here's the thing, though. After Guardians 2 came out, like, I asked him on Twitter and on Facebook, I had commented on multiple threads, and he liked and he responded across the board. He legitimately enjoys talking to the audience and So it's like, but none of us here, you know, like realistically, none of us here are like, James is our BFF. You know what I mean? Like, that was what Mikey tried to argue.
Okay,
like,
did you try showers?
Did you try? I mean, that's what Mikey was trying to argue. He's trying to argue that James responded to me in a thread on Facebook fucking nearly 6 years ago, and that's meant to indicate what? That we cool, dog?
Yeah,
like
that's a stretch. It's the same thing with me. Just because he likes my stuff or responds to my comments about
hey James Gunn, since you're clearly watching us because these weirdos on the internet say you're our friends, like, yo, you're invited to the barbecue in the summer. Like, you're invited to the barbecue.
If James Gunn is watching us, please let me go to the Guardians 3 premiere.
No,
I'm a better influencer than Soups.
Profile pic.
I have said way less worse things.
Okay, sure, bud. Okay, but see, I'm a good guy. Why not? You know.
But anyway, on that note, real quick, I just want to bring this up because fuck, those guys are idiots. We already know that. But it is getting late, and I do have to get going. So real quick here, this is the Warrior Nun comic. This is what this is asking about. So look at some of the artwork here, right? Like, her name is Ariella. Why not just Areola? Areola. You know what I mean? It's just like, I haven't seen the show, but you know, the artwork's nice. Oh my god! What? What? Look at that!
This is how you slowly
just dispensing nice. Righteous justice. You know, she's just delivering the word of God.
I said, I would gladly receive the Eucharist from her.
What is that? What's the Eucharist?
The body of Christ, but I'm not referring to the body of
Warrior
Christ.
Nun. Forget.
Oh my Lord.
Oh, yeah, we go to fight the Nazis, yeah. I have my boob plate armor. Oh, no, Oktoberfest, ja, und ja.
Fuck that.
Ich habe eine Wurst Bratwurst, ja. That's a very terrible translation to say, I have a fat bratwurst, yes.
Oh, Snag's in the back, by the way.
She accidentally X'd herself out? Okay.
Yeah, I pressed the wrong button. I was on Twitter, and then I pressed the wrong button, and it kicked me out. I was like, oh.
Do you want to press my button?
Fuck, I thought I had Andy's signal profile pic. Damn it. It's fucking
You're
dumb
so
words.
stupid. So bad. No, it's too late. The moment passed.
Could you imagine that's the real James Gunn in the chat, though? I'd laugh my ass off.
Yeah. Well, it's funny.
James Gunn, though, isn't on YouTube like that.
No.
What's really
Skywalker thinks so I don't know.
Oh my god. But then again, that guy has a fucking education level of a fucking kindergartner, dude. I'm surprised he can even fucking come out with coherent sentences.
That's not how you talk about our troops. They have at least a second grade.
I don't.
His head looks
I respect
like
the troops, but I don't respect
kindergartner.
little bitches like that. Fucking, I'm sorry. Like, ugh, I just can't stand, like, bro. They talk so fucking hard on their side, but then when we host a space, because they fucking whined about not having access to y'all's Twitter spaces, we held another one just so they could talk, and then at least Leon engaged in it, but of course he was too big of a bitch to join. It's like, bro, you talk all this shit, but when, you know, we actually get called on, it's like, hey, we all invited you, you can come talk. Where are you? Nowhere. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
Oh, we know this.
It's just ridiculous. It's like either change your tone or just simply fuck off. It's basically like that, like fucking bitch made shit, as they like to say.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, like that. Like, you know what? They're gonna bitch. Let them bitch. I think it's pretty funny. And
it is funny.
You know, it's the entertainment aspect of it has everything to do with the amount of shit that they say, because you know that this is the amount of shit that they believe. That's really what it boils down to.
It's funny. It's just funny watching, because it's like, bro, it's almost like watching like the Housewives show. Like, it's like watching so like uneducated
real
content.
incels of YouTube.
It's just watching this almost should be like a high school thing, or like for Beyond Scared Straight. Like, they put on like a Skywalker stream. It's like, see, if you don't get your education, get your shit right, you end up like this. You end up like these guys on fucking YouTube.
You know what's sad though? The best looking guy, the best looking guy on that panel is that Good Austin dude. He's cute as shit, but like, man, he's a dick. Like, damn, you look good. I mean, I can just look at you if you don't talk.
Good Austin reminds me of like Jimbo. If Jimbo was evil, he's like Jimbo's like anti-Jimbo.
Right? He's as cute as Jimbo, but when he opens his mouth, it's like, ugh. It's almost as bad as when I open my mouth. But at least when I open my mouth, good things, happen. So.
Yeah, we seen on your OnlyFans.
No, you didn't. Shut up. I don't do on OnlyFans. Stop lying. Stop lying. I don't do porn. You guys are. I love too how they were like, they're making fun of my OnlyFans. Like they were like, I pay her to keep her clothes on. It's like, well, I mean, if you want to, I'll take the money. You can pay me to keep my clothes on. I mean, I don't really take them off anyways, but I mean, you can also pay me to keep them on.
All I'm saying at the end of the day, like, just if you're gonna report news or just like do stuff, just like. Realize what you're doing, y'all. Realize what you say. I'm dumb as fuck, but still, I take accountability for my actions, all right? At least most of the time, okay. But, like, just realize what you're saying. Realize the direction you're going and, like, what your audience is. Like, just take a step back and look at what you're doing. What type of content, what type of presence you're making on the internet. And realize that maybe, like... It's so simple. Are you RJ on YouTube or are you Skywalker? You want to be a little bit in the middle towards RJ, all right? Because if you end up like Skywalker, just no.
Nobody wants to be RJ. Even RJ doesn't want to be RJ. What the hell are you talking?
That's true. That's a bad example. I'd rather be nice to RJ for once, okay?
Okay.
I'd rather be RJ than Skywalker.
I'm gonna call it because it's late. I gotta go to bed, guys. So
good night, everybody.
Thank you, everyone, for hanging out tonight. Thank you for the support, guys. 2.5 hours down. Leave the like. We had a good stream, good people. Thank you to Jason Ward, and we'll be back. We'll be back later. Another episode. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.